Do it. You won't.
No, I won't. I want to enjoy my delicious...
You're no Sandman.
Well, that's a good thing.
Is it?
You should be happy about that.
No.
No.
I'd be doing a podcast with the Sandman right now.
Cool.
I would open up every episode with, hey, Hacky.
Why don't you do it? You could be the Sandman.
Well, I opened mine already. I didn't
you have a fridge
I didn't
full.
have the idea.
You have a fridge full, brother.
I've done it.
Do it right now.
No,
you won't?
This is my house. I won't. This is my wife's house. I won't.
Jesus Christ.
She'd have a shit fit.
Kick your fucking ass.
She would absolutely beat the shit out of me. She's bloody knuckles to prove it. Oh
boy.
Welcome to We Need Wrestling. I'm DJ. That's Brett.
That is delicious.
How are you, pal?
I'm great, man.
Good.
Life's good. Life's hard, be harder.
That's true.
I'm not for real. I'm great. Things are fucking awesome. I have no complaints about things that aren't real world problems. So,
okay.
I'm good.
Good.
Nothing going on in my life, man.
Okay.
Nothing to complain about. How about you?
Yeah, same. All right,
Good. That's what I like to hear.
I wish it wasn't fucking snowing out right now.
That's weird.
But whatever.
I don't like that.
It's cold up here in the mountain.
That's real dumb.
But, oh shit, we got it. Nobody tell Joe Sposto.
Oh my god, it's 2 minutes in and we're yawning already.
It is. Just call me Giannis.
No. You're not Greek.
But I am a freak.
There you go. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I've fully recovered from
No, you're still
weekend.
shot? Still
Monday was a no-go for me.
Monday was a tough day for me.
Monday was a no-go.
Monday was hard.
Yeah, I was in bed early. I was early and often.
I woke up, my normal alarm time for work in the Monday morning after not going to bed until what? Well, you texted me or no, you didn't even text me. Oh, it was 4 a.m.
I posted it and I was home in the Discord at 4:10.
I was sleeping by then.
Yeah.
It was 4 o'clock in the morning. I fell asleep.
Yeah, because I didn't get your ass home until 3:30.
Well,
so
not
I guess
your fault.
That's really what the show's about here. But we were in Philadelphia twice. Once for a wrestling adjacent thing. And then next for wrestling proper, which is what we're going to talk about on this show.
Sure.
But
how was the wrestling adjacent thing?
The wrestling adjacent thing was great.
It was great.
It was a lot of fun. We got to see God's hate.
I had a blast.
Brody King sold his t-shirts.
Sure did. Thank you, Brody.
As long as that lady got out of the fucking way from asking him AEW questions for 10 fucking minutes while there's a line in an 83-degree fucking room in the bottom of a church in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
But
what a good time.
It was a blast. It was a great fucking show.
Every band fucking killed it.
Yep. Yeah. Ripped.
Go listen to God's Hate. Yep. Go listen to Twitching Tongues.
Yeah.
Go listen to Mongrel and go listen to New World Man.
Yes.
Those bands were fucking incredible.
They all crushed it.
I had so much fun.
And nobody will ever see Twitching Tongues and God's Hate on the same bill ever again.
No, because Colin almost died. That Colin Young. What a scamp.
Yeah.
What a good fucking time though, man.
Great fucking show.
Great
food.
Yeah,
great show.
I'm very fired up still. From
it was fun.
It
was a time for sure.
The feeling's been restored, if you will. You will.
No wrestler sightings, but that's they were off doing other things.
They were off doing other. Swerve was at the 76ers game. Will Ospreay was at the Philly Union game. Which is all right.
Darby Allin's climbing a fucking mountain, supposedly.
Idiot.
But before we get into all that, Brett, do you have any news? Did anything happen in the world of professional wrestling? I can think of one thing.
So the only thing I can really think of is they announced the legacy inductees into the Hall of Fame.
That is exactly what I was thinking.
So they announced Kamala, Dory Funk Sr., and Ivan Koloff.
Yeah.
The Kamala one hurts a little bit.
Yep.
Because I was like, hey, this could have been done a long time ago.
Right.
The Dory one's fine, and the Ivan Koloff one,
Yeah. Again, I think you probably could have done maybe all the Soviets together or something. Well, I guess you couldn't get Khrushchev, but
well, he's no longer under.
That's true.
Demos are under a Legends deal.
But Kamala, I saw a lot of people talking about that because they were he begged. He was like, "Can you put me in while I'm alive? Because I don't have that much left." And that was that.
That was like with Vader
Same thing
too.
with Vader, yeah. I watched Dark Side of the Ring.
I was going to say, speaking of.
But yeah, so there you go. Dory Sr. is like, okay, whatever. He never worked for the fucking company.
No.
But that's fine. That to me is more what that sort of induction should be for people who are pivotal in pro wrestling,
but never worked
under Vince, which then ruins Kamala.
Would you have said be there? Great Muta should have been there.
I mean,
I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
like legacy territory guys.
Right.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I'm with you. I agree.
Yeah.
Other than that, I have nothing.
All right. Let's see. So, pro wrestling news. Newsweek, WWE officially confirms highly anticipated match for WrestleMania 41. I don't know what that could be. And Newsweek has a bunch of ads.
Is it Rey Mysterio versus Americano Grande? Is that his name?
I don't know. I have no idea. Newsweek keep bouncing me. I'm not doing that.
It's for sure not LA Knight's match.
Let's see.
Boys.
Well, Kevin Owens news.
I was going to talk about that during SmackDown.
Oh, okay. All right. So we'll talk about that during SmackDown. Pro wrestling to be featured in Steven Spielberg's next movie.
Oh.
Let's see. Professional wrestling will be featured in Steven Spielberg's next movie. The current untitled film will have at least one scene with pro wrestling. The pro wrestling was filmed at the Paramount Theater in Long Island, New York, several weeks ago. Chavo Guerrero oversaw the segments.
Of course he
All
did.
Elite Wrestling's Lance Archer and Brian Cage were two of the wrestlers in the scene, while Guerrero was the referee.
Huh.
The characters apparently attend a wrestling show. The plot of the movie? Unknown.
All right. Well, see when that comes out in 2028.
Yeah. That's weird.
What else you got?
I got some here from SE Scoops. This is some pucker up ass kissing here. Gunther, your baby boy.
No, Gunther's not my baby boy.
Well, Walter's your baby boy.
Thank you.
Gunther said Triple H saved pro wrestling to a big degree.
Which is very hilarious.
Yeah.
Cool, man. You don't mean that.
All the Europeans trying to get in WWE was such a mystery about it. Who to talk to, what to do. It seems so far away and such an unrealistic point to achieve. Hunter was the one who pushed for opening the world to WWE and created
get the fuck out of here.
And created so many jobs and opportunities back then for so many of the European guys.
Oh my god, NXT UK literally fucking
he was trying
ruined
the
Euro scene.
Like, insane. Like the vice grip that WWE has on the genitalia of all of their fucking employees is wild to me.
Between that, all the shit with
wild
WrestleMania weekend and the shows, the indie shows are just, they've lost their fucking way, dude.
Barnett just had to bound. He just announced Timothy Thatcher's on commentary because they needed to film I think 7 of the 9 matches have WWE people in them. GCW's just WWID, the promotion now.
It's fucking lame.
Like, he's winning. Triple H's winning. He wants to take over the indies.
Well, and that's what I said when we were talking about it this week in the Discord. I'm like, this is what they want.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly, this is what they want.
All professional wrestling to be under WWE's umbrella.
Yep.
They want the monopoly on all of it.
Sorry, but the indies,
it's why they're so threatened by AEW.
It's a lot of those promotions, they're not cool anymore.
Right?
The fucking soul of it, man, it's just gone.
Yeah, this Mania weekend it's now just WWE Shield matches before WWE regular matches.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
It's disgusting, honestly, and I fucking hate it so much.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I saw Barnett
it's not a good thing. I see people praising it all over the place. It's not a good thing. It's not a thing that's going to be healthy for the business.
So it's Tom Lawler's going to be on the broadcast.
Oh, Tom Lawler.
Team.
What did I say? Tim Thatcher. Tom Lawler.
That's so fucking lame,
insane,
dude.
Absolutely insane. Who the fuck is paying to see Natty Neidhart fight in Bloodsport? I like Natty.
That's going to be the morbid curiosity of it.
Right.
It's just, it is what it is, you know?
But,
it fucking sucks. Mm-hmm. It's just lame as fuck, man.
Yeah.
Yep, not cool. Don't love it.
In a way, I will sort of say this because we always say the blood we talked about last week, blood and cursing and all that in WWE is happening now because AEW has pushed an envelope, so WWE needs to respond even in a minor way.
Yeah.
And this is kind of that also, right? It's AEW will let their wrestlers work other places and work with other promotions and become champions in other companies and, have the strong agreements with Japanese promotions and Rev Pro and all of that. And so WWE's doing the same thing to compete. Only the way they're doing it is like a weird, fucked up corporate monopolizing.
Yeah,
way.
For them to do that, I think his name was Lou Nixon for Bloodsport. I don't know who Lou Nixon is, but how he was booked, but then Barnett took him off. But then Lauderdale's like, I don't book Barnett's show,
right?
And that's like the back and forth. Who's the one lying about it then?
Yep.
And I know somebody asked Barnett online, he said, don't think I do, nor do I need to give every detailed aspect of what transpired.
Right.
So he said, by all means, I don't need a play-by-play. It just seems weird that both you and Brett are saying, wasn't me.
You're right.
Yeah. And then he said, it was down to me, and I didn't book him for the show, nor did I know he may have thought he was, which is why I was blindsided. He spoke to someone else. Again, it's just passing the fucking buck. Yeah. Nobody wants to own up to
Nobody wants to own up.
Like, what you did was shitty. And it's to get WWE people on the show. Yeah. And it's fucking lame. It sucks.
So, whatever you think about the show, we cover AEW mostly. We cover a little bit of WWE. We spread as much around as we can. But we have our favorite promotions. That being said, I've mentioned on the show before. We've talked about it. The majority of fans at a live wrestling show are insufferable.
Well, very true.
But I can't imagine, and call me a snob, whatever, I don't fucking care. But I can't imagine, we've been to Bloodsport, we go to indie show, we've been in indie stuff, we did WrestleMania weekend last year, all that stuff. I can't imagine going to a show like Bloodsport where the audience is full of Fed Pill people there to see Bloodsport. They're going to think it's boring.
Yeah, they're going to hate it.
They're not going to understand. They're going to try and cheer you fucked up. And it's just indie wrestling shows. And I'm not trying to be gatekeepy. You obviously go to where you want to go to. Most wrestling fans are insufferable anyway. Myself included. I'll include myself in that. I was once a very insufferable wrestling fan. But then I turned 16. But
not me. I'm dope as fuck.
But just flooding these indie shows. While ticket sales, good for you. If Barnett, if your ticket sales, Bloodsport always sold really well anyway. But
it did.
If your sales are going up because you're bringing in Fed Pill people, awesome, good for you.
They are, though.
Maybe they're not, but I can't imagine. I guess I could imagine the worst nightmare, but I can imagine the nightmare that of being at an indie show, Mania Weekend or anywhere else, and it's just full of people that are Fed Pill people that have never been to an indie show or don't regularly go to indie shows, because they will shit all over it.
Yeah.
It is a different experience. It's meant to be a different experience.
Sure.
It's enjoyable in vastly different ways.
It is.
And there's also a lot of bullshit you got to put up with. That's
Yep.
So, I don't know. The specialness of Phil Baroni ruining a weekend for everybody.
Yeah, I feel like it's just gone.
Is gone.
It was a special time.
It was a special time.
That was that 2019.
Yeah.
That was a fun one.
Now you're just going to see WWE ID because GCW, they're the whole collective. It's the Japanese shows you'll probably still have a better shot at because
DDT will be fun.
Yeah, WWE people
Tokyo Joshi Pro
anyway.
will be fun.
But the GCW shows, which was the linchpin for all this stuff, is going to be filled. Yeah. Every year, it's going to be filled more and more because Lauderdale wants that photo with Stephanie McMahon. Yep. He's going to want that photo with Hunter. He's going to want to tell everybody that Gabe was backstage for Joey Janela's spring break. You know what I mean? They're just, Brett Lauderdale is the lamprey of professional wrestling. Sucking attached to a fucking Greenland shark that is WWE.
Yeah, it sucks and I hate it, but it's happening and I just
Yeah.
I don't know how much I'll actually watch for Mania Weekend. There's nothing really light in my world.
It'll have to blow up and I'll watch it then. Here's this because and not that we watched all of it anyway, but we'd always check out cool shit.
Oh, always. There'll be something fun on the Hitchcock Super Show.
And if they're back around here, of course, if they come back here, SummerSlam ends up having a bunch of cool shit. I'll go to Tokyo Joshi Pro and DDT and all that shit.
Absolutely.
We weren't.
Tokyo Joshi Pro, they're running All In weekend.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool as shit. Run goddamn Jersey. That'd be fun as shit.
But
you have anything else?
No, news-wise, no, I got nothing, bro.
All right. Well, we both watched Vader's Dark Side of the Ring.
Yes, we did. I watched it last night.
I'm sure you learned nothing from it.
Did I learn anything?
I mean, like, I'm never going to get sick of watching footage of Vader in Japan.
Yeah.
Him beating Inoki and the crowd rioting and New Japan getting banned from Sumo Hall, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Him coming out to the ring with that goddamn helmet on. It's still one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. Fuck Shawn Michaels. Vader should have beat the shit out of him.
That's my biggest takeaway. Just reinforces that Shawn Michaels go fuck himself. At some point, your in-ring ability, like as good as you are, and Shawn was great. But eventually, like your attitude and your reputation, and I know that it does for Shawn. His career was almost ruined because of it. But like. It should start costing demerits against your, like in the Brett Shawn debate. Even if you thought Shawn was a better wrestler, Shawn is by far the bigger fucking dickhead. Yeah. So he should get demerits and not be allowed in that conversation.
Agreed.
Because and Dark Side obviously it's about Vader. It's influenced his kids, his wife, all that stuff. But or his kid. But friend of the show, his kid.
Yes.
But
Jesse.
But like basically laid out how Shawn ruined Vader's career because Shawn didn't want to play ball because Shawn was a fucking bitch.
Because Shawn's a fucking dickhead back then, man.
Yeah. So my opinion of Shawn will never change. I'll never put him in the best ever conversation because he hung so many people up. And he was just such a shitty fucking human being. And it's wrestling, but like he was just shitty in a different way. Like, oh my god,
Brett forever.
Yep, all the way.
Yeah, it's a fun episode. I love Vader, so I'm always gonna, I'll watch anything with Vader.
I guess that's the thing. Like, I wanted to say, like, it felt really rushed to me. But I think it's just because I know so much. I'm like, well, exactly. Why aren't you covering him being Noah Tag Team Champions with Too Cold Scorpio?
Sure,
and it's like, because that doesn't make any fucking sense to the story they're trying to tell.
Exactly. Yeah.
But like,
why don't you cover his resurgent run in All Japan?
Like, it jumped, like, the last 10 minutes jumped from like, he goes back to Japan and then he dies.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, there's a bunch in there. But I liked it. I love Vader.
Yeah, Vader's the man forever. Next week is Tony Atlas.
Oh boy.
Yep. Better talk about them feet.
That's absolutely. There's going to be pictures of him getting fucking stepped on. He's going to get stepped on live on that show. I guarantee it.
He better.
He absolutely is. That man is not shy away.
No.
From the fact that he likes feet on his face.
Love it.
Shoot or otherwise.
Speaking of shoot or otherwise, SmackDown. Charlotte Flair, Tiffany Stratton.
Oh, this is on SmackDown. Okay.
So, did you watch the whole segment? Like, did you?
I saw it clipped out on Twitter, so I did see the whole thing.
So
after like my third attempt, because like everybody clipped the shit out of it.
They did,
but then I saw the whole thing eventually.
Charlotte definitely died a death,
as one does.
That crowd,
hated
her.
Yeah,
and not in a good way.
No.
Hated her a lot.
Yeah.
It's been talked to death this week, but like Tiffany Stratton hitting her with the lines of like, you're 0-3 outside the ring.
Yeah.
And then Charlotte with the, where's your boyfriend in my DMs? Like, this is real awkward and real bad.
Yeah.
And I probably, like, if the kids want to watch this on Mania, I'll watch it, but sometimes they're not going to.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just bad.
Yeah, so did you see what they said was what it was supposed to be? What they were supposed. So I don't know if it was Sean Zapp or one of those fucking wrestling quote unquote journalists was like this. It was supposed to be just them going back and forth, and sort of like Tiffany was supposed to be like, you come back here after how long, and you say you're a queen, but you don't have a kingdom here anymore.
Oh God, we got to use that verbiage.
And then like you're this and that, and you've lost this, you've lost that. And then I guess the shoot is the voice. Charlotte, that was the first. The people are reporting. I read.
Oh, and she like
that's the first off book thing that happened is when Charlotte started mocking her voice.
Yeah, which was lame as fuck.
Lame as fuck.
It wasn't even good.
So stupid.
It wasn't funny at all.
One, you need to know what Tiffany Stratton sounds like to get it, and I don't.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. Oh, and that's what it was supposed to be like the people say I'm the new you and you blah 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 whatever, all that bullshit. But like, yeah, it's super weird. And then it just devolves. And then Tiffy says what she says about failing at made Ric Flair cry. Ric Flair's all up in a...
Oh, I'm sure he is.
And she powders out of the ring, and then Charlotte says the thing about Kaiser and her DMs, which I severely doubt. I wouldn't be in the DMs of either one of them women, but...
I know everybody was like, this is the first time in history a man's been accused of cheating, and everyone's going, nah, I don't think so. Something tells me he's not.
Yeah. But, so did you see the Ric Flair stuff about this?
I didn't see anything. No.
So Flair came out and was like, how mad. He's super mad. He's mad at the company for allowing it to happen. He's mad at Tiffany because, like, it breaks his heart knowing how many times he's failed at marriages because he's 0-4, which seems like like, when Flair talks about how he's 16-time world champion and says that he's actually 26 or whatever, him saying 0-4 in marriages seems like the reverse of that.
Yeah.
But and he's like, when my wife, or Charlotte's this and that, and she's the best, and he still says she's the best wrestler maybe ever, and he's like, she's a better wrestler than I ever was.
Shut up.
And like, he's like,
I get loving your kids,
right?
But shut up.
But he's like, right? But he's like, just say she's better than anybody else on the roster. But he goes through and says that she's better than he was at every aspect of wrestling, even in his prime. She's better.
Oh God.
And how upset he is and offended that they would let this happen. And it's, you don't talk personal stuff in the ring and blah blah blah. You also remember this is the guy that was world champion and took a fucking bitch out powder for 6 months because Terry Funk made fun of him on TV too hard. Yeah. And he legit complained to the NWA that Terry was making fun of him too bad. So,
yeah, I asked, like, I was talking to Tim and Marcus about it this week, because they are the more WWE fan.
Go listen to Final Wrestling Place, everybody.
Yes, go listen to the homies.
Yeah.
And I kind of said to them, Charlotte came back, she was out for over a year, wins the Rumble, immediately gets a title, and the fans don't want it.
No.
Like, they don't care about Charlotte at this point in the world. They're just...
I don't even think they cared when she left, so it's weird to, like, jump back in like she was robbed of something when she got hurt.
Yeah, it's like, no, there's other people that they want to see.
Yeah.
They don't want to see Charlotte at this point.
Yeah.
They want to see Tiffany Stratton, apparently.
Sure.
So, I mean, she's a champ.
Yeah.
Give it to her,
Right.
Nobody gives a fuck about Charlotte.
Charlotte 100% wins that title at Mania, though.
I probably. I wonder if it's going to be a little bit of a punishment now.
I think it's going to be a little bit of a punishment and a little bit of an apology. So, very sorry.
That would fucking suck. Oh, Charlotte's just no thanks.
Yeah.
Other stuff with Mania involving some real life shit.
Okay.
Kevin Owens is officially out of Mania.
Mm-hmm.
He came out on SmackDown and did announce that he does have a bad neck. He needs to get surgery.
Yep.
That sucks because I was looking forward to him and Randy. I thought that those two could put on a banger.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
Ricky Morton came out and said a nice thing about Kevin Owens today.
Yeah, Kevin Owens is the man. Mm-hmm. I love Kevin Owens.
Yeah, absolutely.
He is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I've loved him for a very long time.
Yes.
Kilstein Kill.
Mm-hmm.
That Kilstein guy. It's fucking great, and it sucks for him, but it's getting up there.
Yep, right.
People kind of forget how old he is,
Absolutely. Been around a long time.
Yeah, so
because he's contemporaries to an older crowd than you think of wrestlers.
Yeah, so it sucks for him, man. Yeah. Hope everything's good for him.
Yeah. I mean, there's no guarantee that he comes back.
Yeah, neck injuries are very fucked.
I don't know that he has the 9 years that Edge had.
Yeah, it's tough
to make the eventual
KO
comeback.
fucking rules, though.
Absolutely.
So I don't know what they're going to do with Orton at this point. I know he laid out the general manager, Nick Aldis, with an RKO.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So a lot of people
maybe he'll work Nick Aldis.
Oh, cool. God. No thanks.
I saw that Sheamus tweeted when it was like it was like, who's he going to face? And Sheamus just put out a tweet and said, I'm available, guys. So
there you go. Let them go out there. Just two old men beating each other up.
Beat the shit out of each other.
I know some people said it's going to be a returning Rusev.
Heat up Rusev in a week and a half for WrestleMania to go up against Orton.
Some people also said it's going to be Aleister Black.
Malaki.
Yeah, returning. I don't fucking know, dude. But there was one match I did watch, which was actually very good.
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu versus Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
It was a last man standing match. So there's a big Haas fight shit happening all over the arena, getting put through tables left and right.
I've heard some...
Getting put through barricades.
I've heard some bad things about Strowman lately, like his mobility. Like, it's even worse.
I mean, he's getting up there, too.
Yeah, I saw somebody post about, like, how it's like he should be off the road because, like, clearly he's breaking down at a accelerated speed.
I mean, probably. He's a big dude's don't last
absolutely
too long. But Jacob Fatu fucking rules.
Yeah.
They did a spot to end it in the corner where he does, like, the running, like, Umaga hip to your face thing. And Strowman couldn't through a table, and like they were both down, and Strowman couldn't get up at 10.
Nice.
I was like, oh, that was a cool ending. So if you want to see two big guys just you know beat each other up and looks like a big monster movie,
Did they make choo choo noises?
No, unfortunately. I think it's a thing of the past.
Did you see the Solo Sikoa thing?
No.
So Solo's not on Mania at all, right?
Nope.
That's I could have sworn he's gonna be world champ by now, but anyway. Solo's apparently got a little bit of heat backstage. I read today, or maybe I read it yesterday.
Oh, does it?
Apparently, the rumor about Solo is that he was backstage at catering, and an agent came to catering and grabbed food, and he got hot about it, and either I don't know if he smacked the food out of the person's hand or like yelled at them, but said to a road agent, "This food's for wrestlers only. What the fuck do you think you're doing?"
I mean, who's the road agent?
I don't know. But, like...
That's kind of sick. I kind of like that.
But it's not for wrestlers only.
Fuck that.
Get out of here.
Wrestlers
also,
only.
all your agents were wrestlers.
No, really, that shit's meant for, like, the crew and stuff.
Yeah,
that's what it's really meant for.
Right, but, everybody can have it. Like, it's...
Yeah,
but,
course,
like... All your agents are also wrestlers, so I don't know. Like, I in my brain, he said it to Michael Hayes, and Hayes paused for a second. All the slurs ran through Hayes' brain, and then he realized he got in trouble the last time he did that, and he walked away.
I gotta go talk to Paul.
Yeah. Doot.
Solo.
But I don't know if it's true. It's just another rumor.
So it's going to be Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight at the, WrestleMania for the U.S. title.
Okay. So poor LA Knight's getting... It's the end of him, huh?
He should get beat real quick.
Yeah, well, and then just he's going to disappear, right? They've already basically
boy, did they fumble the ball there when he was hot.
Dude was cock of the walk, man.
Yep.
No more.
Nope.
That dude was so popular that he kicked out of a bad gimmick. Yeah. Like, they made him...
He literally got out of a bad
fucking
gimmick.
Dupree, whatever, Max Dupree, or whatever his name was. And he didn't even, like... be like, hey, let me do this. The fans were like, fuck you, no.
Like, he got over, and just that classic case of, you're there, and we're not going to, no, maybe that's not for you.
That's right. Yep.
Like,
punish for getting yourself over, even. No, you're not supposed to do that either.
Yeah, that's Broski.
Yeah.
I did watch
Just don't ask Broski about tariffs.
Oh,
only in the approved sentences that he approves in the Toy Boy fucking Facebook.
Lots of hot takes getting thrown around there.
Fucking idiot he is. What a coward he is. He won't even let people praise his wife for being on the right side of history in that fucking group.
Yeah, that is true. Right?
How weird is that?
Yeah.
Which means they must have
fucking rocks.
They must have wonderful dinner time conversations.
And you know what sucks? I don't think she's on Mania.
She's a champion.
She's U.S. champ. Yeah.
She is literally outside of...
She's killing it,
outside of women... shooting on each other in bad promos.
She's the best thing.
I don't hear about any other women in the division.
Yeah, she's awesome. I love Chelsea. She is fucking great.
Insane.
Yep.
But, like, how do you live in a world where your wife is a more successful professional wrestler than you, which I understand because she definitely is at this point, And she's on the right side of history shitting on Val Venus for being a fucking piece of shit.
Yep.
And in his fucking Facebook group, he's like, hey guys, be nice.
Yeah.
The fuck are you talking about? Like, you're not going to defend your wife. You're not going to stick up for your fucking wife. Do you have a yet to be unreleased fucking contract signed, but for Val Venus for a fucking bendy?
Maybe he's an ID prospect.
Yeah. Insane.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because that's thank you for reminding me. That's another thing about the show. For those of you who've been listening to the show for a while, there is an important landmark for the show that happened yesterday that I'm going to talk about in a second. But
oh boy.
I just want to make a point here. I want to clarify.
WWE
I want to clarify with everyone.
Sign of the Fed, brother.
Really quick, that you and I have neither one of us have ever had a wrestling match. I've not officially. We're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into that. It wasn't in front of people, so it's not going to count. But because we've never had a wrestling match, I mean, we can leave it. If you're saying that, you can let me have it. That's fine. You're not allowed, sir, to criticize professional wrestlers.
Yeah, I don't even want to get into that.
It is against the law.
That's lame as fuck.
In the new America, that if you haven't wrestled and taken a bump, then you can't criticize wrestling. If you haven't directed a movie, you can't criticize movies. If you don't play guitar, you can't say if music is bad. Cool. If you've never painted, you can't say a painting's bad. If you've never cooked, you can't say food is bad.
I'm good.
None of that,
All
Brett.
set. Don't care.
Keep your thoughts to yourself.
Cool.
Because certain WWE ID prospects don't want to have to quit wrestling again.
Yeah, cool. Great. Anyway.
Yeah.
I watched a match from Monday Night Raw.
Wow.
Just one.
Incredible.
I think I watched it because I was waiting for something else to come on.
Okay.
I watched for the Women's Intercontinental title, Lyra Valkyria versus Bayley.
Oh, okay.
Because I like Bayley.
Yeah, you're not a Lyra
Valkyria.
Oh, okay.
Nothing's clicked for me with her.
Yeah.
This is the first good match I've seen her have.
Okay.
I actually enjoyed it quite a bit.
She's Irish, right? They try to make her the new Becky Lynch. Is that her?
I don't know if she's Irish or Welsh. I'm not sure.
Well,
I think maybe
some would say the same thing.
Maybe because they actually gave this some time, and that's why I liked it. Yeah. It went I think 14 or 15 minutes.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, this is kind of cool, And
Bayley is new and/or still Intercontinental Champion.
No, Lyra Valkyria retained.
That's a shame.
So I thought the finish was cool. Bayley actually had her in a legit lion tamer.
Okay.
And Michael Cole called it a lion tamer.
Oh.
So her move is it's called the rose plant, I think it is. So it's I don't even know how to describe it, but she has her in the lion tamer, and Lyra hooks her arm around Bayley's leg, so it's oh, she's not going to tap. And Bayley recognizes it, so she spins out of the lion tamer, goes for the rose plant, which is just taking somebody's face and planting it in the ground.
Okay.
And I think Lyra, when she went to roll her up, Lyra, or when she went to hit her with the rose plant, Lyra rolled her up for 3. I was like, oh, that was actually kind of a cool finish, It was, again, the best match I've seen Lyra have.
Good.
I want to give her a chance because I've heard good things.
Yeah.
Again, I love Bayley. She's fucking great.
Well, Bayley's awesome.
So I know that the thing was they're going to be in a gauntlet match on SmackDown on Friday. And the winner of the gauntlet match, the tag team gauntlet match, will face the women's tag champs at WrestleMania with a 1-week build.
Fucking dumb joke that is.
It's so
when you've
bad.
lost David LaGreca, there's a fucking problem.
Honestly, yeah.
When you've lost the guy you are so clearly paying to be on your side.
Yeah, I heard a clip of him where he was
was he on his knees begging?
Oh, no, but I heard the clip where he's this sucks.
Yeah.
He's this build to Mania is a C-.
Yeah.
He goes, this is terrible. He goes, what they've done with the women is a fucking joke.
Yeah, good.
He goes, LA Knight, he's cooler than ice at this point.
It's almost like Triple Paul doesn't know what he's doing.
I think he said there's maybe 2 or 3 matches that he's been okay with the build. He goes, everything else is real bad.
He'll go on Triple Paul hates TV, but he'll go on Jimmy Fallon.
So we'll see what happens with Raw over the next week.
Yeah.
or with WWE really, because next Friday will be WrestleMania SmackDown.
Oh,
so all right, we'll get to AEW. Collision honestly had nothing of note.
Okay, 1 second before we get into any of that.
Shit?
No,
oh.
I just have a little important milestone, but it's from yesterday, but it came up in my memories.
Yesterday.
Over 200 episodes ago of this show.
What'd we do?
Episode 101, to be exact.
Oh boy, that scares me.
Was entitled The End.
Oh, wow.
April 9th, 2021.
So that was when we switched.
The Wednesday Night War was officially over.
Look at that shit. That was 4 years ago.
It is. Yep. So it officially, everything sort of switched.
Yeah, because that's when NXT announced that they're moving to Tuesdays, huh?
Yeah.
That's when Vince and Brucey took over. Yep. NXT 2.0.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
goddamn.
It's crazy that it was 4 years ago.
That's wild.
So that we've been doing this show.
What episode number are we at now?
308.
Holy shit.
Something like that.
Goddamn.
Yeah, so we've doubled the amount of episodes outside of them head to head than we did inside. And in a week's time, AEW passes Nitro.
Yeah, that's right, down that spring breakout or whatever.
Yeah, and if you listen really close, you can hear Eric Bischoff flipping out, but it doesn't really fucking matter. Who cares? It doesn't. I mean, it counts for really anything, but fuck him forever. Indeed.
Wow, look at that.
Crazy, right?
Looks like we made it.
Looks like we made it.
All right, AEW.
AEW.
Yeah, Collision didn't matter. There was nothing on it to build for the pay-per-view.
I didn't watch it because
there was like 2 good matches, and the rest was just honestly nothing. It didn't further any storylines.
Well, and that's
anything.
And that's the thing. Saturday we were out of town. We were Charlie Brown out of town Saturday night.
It's true.
And then, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna sleep, and then get up Sunday. We're gonna go to Dynasty. But then I just laid in bed, and I was like, anything good from Collision? Everybody's like, no, not really. Nothing like advanced for the pay-per-view. And I was like, well, then I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to get caught up.
Like, there was 2 good matches. That was it. But there's nothing really like there's no banger matches or anything. Right. So, yeah, you were on. I fast-forwarded through most of it anyway. So, all right, so Dynasty.
We were there, live in person.
Live from the Liacouras Center in beautiful Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Yes. Took Big Tate's to her first pay-per-view.
Big Tate's first pape.
Right.
Mr. Sposto did make the trip because he's feeling better.
The healing factor on that man,
it's unbelievable. He thought he was going to be dead for the next 3 years.
Absolutely,
nope. He's alive.
Logan-esque.
That's right.
Logan-esque.
And then met up with our dear friend
Snicky Swive.
Our dear friend Jenna was in town.
Jenna crossed the country to come to this show.
Yes, just for
this show. Just to see us.
I love watching wrestling with Jenna.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah, Jenna's awesome.
I love watching wrestling with everybody.
Yeah, it's always a ton of fun.
I mean,
yeah.
I would say not in the arena, but with us.
Well.
Which is fucking cool, though.
Yeah.
So I don't have like a ton from Dynasty. Maybe because we were there. I wasn't taking notes. No. I was just trying to watch matches. Yeah. So I have like some good points.
Okay.
Some bad points.
Red points and green points, you're saying?
No, none of that. But if you feel there's anything that I missed that you want to talk about.
Yeah, no, go ahead. I'll react
and
then I'll fill in.
From the pre-show, the repackaged re-debut Anthony Bowens.
Yep.
I thought he looked fucking great.
Looked awesome.
I'm not gonna go fucking like Tim. Okay,
I am not.
But
we have
Tim,
been
I love
very
you, but Jesus
open.
Christ, brother.
Right. Sometimes just saying things to say things, Tim, ain't the right path. But we've been very, very open from the beginning. I thought Bowens was a guy just destined to break out from the Acclaimed. Great look, great build, great ability.
Yep.
Don't
get me wrong, though. The Max Caster stuff has been fucking 100%
awesome. Way better than I thought. That when the Acclaim split up, I was like, cool, I don't need Caster in my life anymore. And he has done fucking great with this stuff. But seeing Bowens, the big pop that he gets, 5-tool player, the pride of pro wrestling, still with daddy ass.
Yeah, that was cool.
Big reaction from the crowd. Yeah. Which I didn't notice in the arena.
It was hard to tell in the arena.
But that's cool. Perry Farrell needs all the money he can get since he's fist fighting band members.
Sure does. Him just like a couple moves knocking out Caster.
Yeah. Yep.
Just what it needed to be.
Yeah. We all knew this was how they were going to do it, but it's interesting that they didn't go with like Caster's beating up job guys for weeks and weeks, and then his first real challenger is Bowens.
I love it, though.
Like, it worked completely. It's just not where I thought they were going to go.
It gives me memories of, like, the build-up to the one Raw anniversary where Heath Slater was, like, coming out saying all the Legends catchphrases, and the Legends would come out and beat him, you know? That's what it reminds me of a little bit. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun.
Did you see
Bones fucking rules?
Did you see the post, the digital thing they put for Caster? They posted it in the Discord where he runs from the camera. He's like, I have to go for a jog.
Yeah, now I have to go for a jog.
Yeah, dude's killing it.
Yeah, he's been very fun.
Like, for real, like when he gave that interview about,
because he stopped doing like the rapping, and stopped like being like an edgelord kind of, you know.
When he did that interview and he was like, "Why do you need Okada here? I can do everything Okada does. I'm a better wrestler." I was like, "I'm out on this guy."
Yeah,
and I'm back in. This shit's been great.
Yeah, he's been a ton of fun.
He really kills it. Yeah, for sure.
So pay-per-view proper kicks off with Will Ospreay versus Kevin Knight.
Mm-hmm.
People owe Kevin
How about now, doubters?
People owe Kevin Knight a goddamn apology.
Yeah, not us.
No, we don't. People in the soon to be named Discord certainly do.
Yeah.
That's right. I think I even put in the live wrestling thread. I was like, if you're not watching just because of this, you're a fool.
Yeah.
This match was fucking great, dude. He does like that one backslide counter where he caught Ospreay out of midair.
Night of the backslide.
Oh my god,
at the pay-per-view.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
These two had great chemistry. Kevin Knight, man, I'm telling you, go listen to Marcus's rant about him.
Yeah.
Marcus went full manager mode for Kevin Knight. So,
and listen, Knight's a young guy, very, very purposeful, very smart, putting his pay-per-view debut against Ospreay.
Of course.
Even though it was supposed to be Switchblade.
Which, I mean, would it have been a better match? I don't probably. Just because those Switchblade and Ospreay have great chemistry.
Yeah, they absolutely do. It'd be better in a different way because Switch doesn't put himself out there like Knight does, because Knight's young and taking those bigger bumps.
Better way. I agree with that.
Better in a different way. But yeah, it was so good. And like, I've liked Knight for a while, teaming up with Kushida and all that, and been around. So, and the story with WWE being like, all right, let's see if you could do a hip toss, and he's like, no, I'm good. We'll just
see ya.
I'll go where the best wrestle.
Yeah. Her Business was super over.
Super over. What a great crew they are. They were
super over for the crowd.
Top 3 act for me in the company right now.
They're phenomenal.
Yeah.
Mercedes Julia was a little clunky.
That's fine.
Yeah. But the end sequence I loved with the submission reversals.
Yeah.
Thought that was great.
I'm going to say this too. I'm a longtime fan. This is a longtime fandom that I've held. But all-timer gear on Mercedes. I thought she looked really, really good.
And I liked the Julia Hart gear now, too.
Julia. I'm also a big fan of Julia.
Yeah.
Julia was really, and Marcus talked about this on Fun Wrestle Place too. Like, Julia Hart was on the come up. She got like the 5 things to do really well. She was like, they had the strap hold on her, like all that. And yeah, she got hurt.
Except that when she did that moonsault the one time when she landed, I thought she blew out her entire lower half.
Yes.
Like, I remember she did it, and I just
I wish presentation wise she was escorted to the ring by Brody still.
I do too.
I don't need him to come to the ring with her.
I'm a little surprised that they're not, because they're supposed to be the Hounds of Hell or whatever.
I need him to be at the top of the ramp with her, and then she goes. That's
I agree, because her entrance live is awesome.
Yep.
Crowd was red hot for her in the end stretch, chanting for her. So still got something there. The
Liquor Center rules. Philly's a good crowd.
Great crowd.
Yeah.
Great crowd pretty much the whole night until a certain point.
Yeah.
The FTR turn was fucking wild.
Yes.
When Cash or Dak, which one's that one with the hair? Cash.
Bald is Dax the Axe.
Dude, when he picks Edge up off the mat, shakes his head and just like pulls him into Cash to hit that shatter machine. Oh my god, that was so smooth.
They did the will cash, won't cash kind of thing.
Yeah, because he shoves down Bald.
Yeah.
And then Cash was the one who was the ruthless one.
Yes.
Concerto twice. Dude, when he put on that neck brace and
That's my favorite part of all of it.
Got on the gurney.
It was all I'm saying basic not as a bad thing, but like a standard. turn, will the tag team go with his brother? Yes, he will. They're both turn on it. But, like, the neck brace, jumping on the gurney, like, all that shit. Oh, my God, did I love that.
Incredible.
And that, Brett, leads us to our first question.
Oh, shit. All right.
From Jess Bones.
Jess, what up?
Friend of the show. Hey, Brett and DJ. Sorry, I forgot to send a question last week.
Don't ever be sorry.
Happy birthday to Juice Robinson.
Fuck yeah.
We're looking forward to seeing you come back. I know he listens, so that's good. So, Dynasty, people have gone through the motions of the 2000 Nitro comparisons again, but I want to talk about a positive from the show. I think there was a lot of positive on the show, Jess, but that's not what you're saying here, but I just wanted to get that out there. It's been a while since I've been able to say it, but I'm back on board with FTR again. The turn was generally signposted, but the intangibles of how it happened was fantastic. Cash laying on the gurney and pantomiming taking the defibrillator was hilarious.
Amazing.
The question: what have been some singular moments that have changed your perspective or enjoyment with a wrestler? It doesn't necessarily need to be general apathy to anticipation like my example, but that's just one way to answer. Anyways, love y'all.
Okay.
So what's a moment that turned a wrestler around for you in a big way?
So when a guy by the name of Isaiah Swerve Scott was in NXT, I kept waiting for the breakout, and it wasn't happening. And I'm going, okay, maybe maybe dude doesn't have it. And when he was doing that little mini feud with Leon Ruff, and Leon Ruff, because Leon Ruff won the North American title and everything, when he did his, like, pose over the ropes on his entrance, and Swerve out of nowhere booted him in the face and beat the shit out of him, I went, there it is.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yep.
And finally, and upward trajectory for me ever since.
Yeah.
Who's somebody else?
For me, we've talked about on the show a bunch, and I guess not necessarily a moment, but like the reintroduction, recreation of Moxley.
Sure.
Again, I have no love whatsoever for Dean Ambrose in my heart. I got none of it. But Moxley has certainly turned me around on him as a pro wrestler, even to this day.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm like a pretty my opinions get formed pretty fast on a wrestler. And I think you're bad, you got to do a lot of digging to turn that around. So it wasn't even like I thought Swerve was bad at that point. It was just like, where we at?
Looking for that next level.
Yeah.
Another one for me, and it's not necessarily a moment that I can pin exactly, but like, I didn't always get Darby Allin.
Okay.
I never disliked Darby, but I was like, is this enough?
Okay.
And then the Blood and Guts match that made the figure after with Brody.
Yeah.
And just that kind of stuff, like those little moments throughout time, obviously partnering with Sting and like jumping off shit like crazy. Like those things have like compiled enough where eventually I was like, okay, maybe this is enough. All right, this dude this is all you need. You just need a dude who's willing to just kill himself.
Yeah.
And it works.
I'll tell you a guy.
Yeah.
Hangman Adam Page.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think anything about that dude at all.
Yeah.
I thought he was just a guy. Mm-hmm. We used to always say the Bullet Club fall guy.
Yep, he always was.
Almost like I was happy when he won the world title. The Omega feud was fun, but I'm still like, okay. Like I don't love the guy. Once that feud with Swerve happened, though, it clicked for me.
Yeah,
and he became such a badass.
Yeah.
Like. Yeah, that's probably one.
I got another one. This is my last one because I don't want to belabor the point here. But this is again not an exact moment, but this is a guy that we both were sort of always fans of. Maybe not. Maybe we wouldn't call ourselves fans of C.J. Parker, but we always liked the Fundertaker. We liked Juice at, bright, dreadlocked, bright and happy Juice Robinson in New Japan. And I don't know if it's the exact moment, but it's the moment that'll stick in my brain that made me love Juice Robinson. And I've always liked him, but the turning moment is the Yoshihashi promo.
Yeah.
Like, and I know he was good before that because he joins Bullet Club, and like that's where the crazy character comes in, where we thought he was going to retire. Remember, it's like he was done.
Yeah, he was teasing he's retiring, but when he joins Bullet Club, that Yoshihashi promo,
it's an all timer.
It just put it over the moon for me. And I'll tell you what, another thing that really solidified it was when we were at DC New Japan. Mm-hmm. Not the year when he won the U.S. title. Yeah. Remember, we were there for that.
Yeah.
It was the year after where he beat the shit out of Fred Rosser.
Yeah, where I didn't get his T-shirt.
No. That was the next day.
Oh, that was the next. Oh, the next day. Yeah.
But in DC, where he had the quarters, and he beats the shit out of Rosser, and he just keeps yelling into the microphone, "Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth."
Right.
This is pre-Will Smith slapping Chris Rock.
That's true.
And I remember even on commentary, because of watching back, Rick Abani's like, well, I mean, he's got a point. He grabbed Tony Storm and kissed her, and he shouldn't have done that.
And it's funny because that was like pre-Tony Storm. Yeah. Like, and again, that's another one. We've always loved Tony, but like, Timeless is next level shit.
Timeless took it to the next level.
I will literally kill you.
Yeah. Oh, Yoshihashi's a dumb face and a stick.
Yeah.
Looking all confused. I will literally fucking kill you.
You're back to Lawson's. Yeah. So that's a big, like...
You're going to beat Noshigawa through a straw.
Whenever I see him, even now, like, I just... A smile on my face because of... That promo is, like, the thing that sets off Juice Robinson.
That would be a guy, like, I would have to get a mark pick with and be like, dude... can you just please tell me what was going through your head? Because I'd be like, we quote this so much.
I love Juice Robinson so much that I think if we were at a convention together, I would react to him the way Adam reacted to Mariah May. Like, I don't know that I'd be able to speak. I would just, like, it would just be like,
oh, Mr. Juice.
I would just point to the 8x10 I wanted signed, and I just wouldn't say anything. Yeah.
Dude, how fucking great would that,
yeah.
I would just be like, no, literally, I'll fucking kill you. That's the best. Jess, thank you so much. That's a great fucking
That might be the last truly great thing the Bullet Club has done.
I'm
not saying they're bad. I'm just like,
I get what you're saying.
Great thing.
I can speak for Marcus to answer that question. Kyle Fletcher.
Was he in Bullet Club?
No. For Jess's question.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah.
Again, he talks about on Final Wrestling Place. Was not his guy at all. Loves him now. Yeah. So there's a big turnaround. Speaking of Miss Juice Robinson, Tony Storm.
Thanks for the question, Jess.
Yes, thank you so much. Tony Storm versus Megan Bayne. This was, I thought they did such a good job with the way this match ended. Yeah. They protected Megan Bayne.
Yeah, you have to.
She got beat with the biggest small package in the world. Dude, the Tony Storm Rocky montage was hilarious.
Insane. Absolutely. It got my brain, like, I was freaking out
fired up.
Because I'm like, if it's Rocky 1, she's losing.
Yeah.
But if it's...
We're just running through the Rocky scenarios
like,
of the
but
match.
she's in the black and the gold, so it's Rocky 1, which means she's losing. Yeah. And then Joe tried to tell me they go to a draw, which isn't true.
Nope.
They go to a decision, and Apollo wins.
Apollo wins by decision, yeah.
And I'm like, but if this is Rocky 3, then, you need the color, hey woman.
Luther's going to die.
Yeah, like and then Luther gets bumped, and we're like, oh no, it is Rocky 3. Luther's gonna die. We were like, is Luther breathing?
Yeah.
We spent half the match watching Luther to make sure that FMW Deathmatch legend Luther was okay. Like, we're like, what Rocky is this gonna be? And then we're like, maybe it's Rocky 5 and she's gonna fight Dick Slater in a wig. We don't know.
We also determined that Luther is officially the best Nepo hire in AEW
absolutely.
history.
Absolutely. He's brushed shoulders with greatness in that company. So many times, Malpractice.
Oh, yeah.
Tony Storm. Serpentico, all of them.
This was, again, I thought...
He did lose his doctorate at some point. He lost his college degree at some point.
Megan Bayne looked good, though. Megan, again, I love the ending, how they protected her.
Megan Bayne looked really good on Dynamite.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought this was this was the way they did it, her kicking out of one of after Tony did the hip attack in the Storm Zero, then her almost winning, but Tony reversed into a small package. Fucking awesome. Great stuff.
Megan has a lot of experience in stardom. She's a okay wrestler. Probably can.
Dude, she
probably
put
has a lot
on
of room
that
to
banger
improvement.
with Micah last year.
She did.
Philly weekend.
So, like, it is just one of those people that one of those things. Not everybody in wrestling needs to be the best wrestler. Not everybody needs to put 5-star matches. Like, you can still do whatever you need to do and still be extremely successful. It's being smart and working to your opponent's weaknesses and strengths, and they did that for Megan Bain here. I thought really well.
Yep, I agree. Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe.
For the fourth time, I'll take it a fifth,
dude,
sixth,
for real.
the seventh.
I will watch these guys wrestle forever.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody compared it to like, and of course, Kyle Fletcher to Randy Orton.
I don't see it.
They said like Mark Briscoe is almost like his Mick Foley.
Okay.
Like getting him over.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, because I think Fletcher's won 3 out of the 4 matches they've had together.
Yeah, probably.
But like, just like, I'm going to get you over, kid.
Yeah.
We're going to make you look great, you know?
And sort of so beloved, like, that, like, and again, you know, Cactus, Foley gets really beloved later, but like Cactus and whatever, but like, a dude that doesn't need wins. Briscoe doesn't need wins.
He's bulletproof.
Doesn't need him. He's authentic and wonderful.
Yeah.
Him and Fletcher, match made in heaven.
I can, like you said, I can watch the two wrestle all the time, man.
Yep.
Fletcher, dude, that fucking kid is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable.
And, you know, not that I'm not trying to discredit anybody one way or the other, but like, you can't help but get better when you're regularly programmed against Mark Briscoe.
Absolutely.
The dude's one of the best.
Yeah.
Legit.
It's the little things that he does perfectly.
Mark Briscoe is as complete of a wrestler as you could probably find.
Yeah, I love Mark Briscoe.
You know,
but Kyle Fletcher, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking incredible. And my God, when that contract is coming up, oh boy.
Yeah, pay him.
You bet. I'd
pay him.
I would try to go to him right now and be like, can we lock you down?
Yeah, extend it out.
You know, like like they do in pro sports all the time.
I would pay that guy whatever he wants at least until he's 30.
Yeah, because he's that fucking good, dude.
Yep.
So this is where the night takes a turn.
Okay.
Bandito Chris Jericho. So you guys went up and you stretched the legs. Tatum and I, we hung back. We were watching.
Yeah, Tatum had left because this show was long at this point. Even at this point, it was like, can we have a cool down match, please?
Yeah.
Because this is like fourth down from the top.
Yeah.
But as soon as I saw Jericho's face, I popped up.
Yeah, so we hung back. Like, the match, is, for what it is okay. The fucking ending was terrible.
Yeah.
It's just, nobody wants to see this. Not on an AEW pay-per-view. This was 18 minutes long.
Well, and Jericho won't lose without a caveat.
No, get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah.
And it just sucks. Just stop.
It went.
Stop it.
It went a little viral. I don't know if you saw.
What a shit ending.
Because we talked about it there. We talked about it while we were at the show. But it went a little viral. But, like, Joe and I... Did Jenna? No, it was just Joe and I. I think, did Jenna stay?
No.
Too?
No. Jenna stayed for a little bit, but then they left.
Oh, yeah. Jenna
like
came to see Pineapple. Yeah. But when we were leaving, we walked down the steps and they have like the security guards that show you your seats or whatever.
Yep.
And as we walked past, the guy just goes, damn. This many people don't want to watch Chris Jericho? Yeah. And he was like, he's been doing this for 30 years. And I turned and I said, yeah, and I've seen enough.
Yep.
And every single bathroom in that arena had a line around the corner.
Absolutely
Every single, like, food, drink, whatever, had lines.
As soon as the match graphic popped up, I just looked around and a lot of people just started heading for the exits.
Legitimate, I would say a quarter of that arena got up and went for their piss break.
Yeah, Jericho fucking stinks. And also get this ROH shit out of here, dude. There's no place for it. Right. Let it the fuck go. Yep. I'm done. I'm done.
Absolutely.
But the ending is real fucking dumb.
Yeah.
The whole, his Bandito's mom and sister are going to tell the second referee that came down that there's a bat in the steps, and then that second referee's going to pull the bat out and talk to the main referee, and then they're going to restart it, and then Bandito wins. Like, why couldn't you just have Bandito win?
Because Jericho won't.
It's lame as fuck.
I hate that shit because, like,
lame.
That's like a pet peeve of mine in wrestling, where, like, I think you have to pick a side. So, like, I think you need to be consistent one way or the other, right? Because if if a wrestler or a wrestler's family at ringside or anybody at ringside is able to point to a referee that cheating happened and the referee makes the decision to restart the match or in some instances switch the outcome of the match, then it should be available to everybody.
Yeah.
And like you should be able to go backstage, watch your film, and be like, "Hey, he cheated them. Give me my win."
Yep. Because how many times? The referee's decision's final.
Yes.
Well, now it's not.
Right.
It's
stupid.
No thanks.
And
not for
it's
me.
not. It's not only an AEW problem. It's not only a recent wrestling problem. It has happened here and there when it was convenient for people across the board, and I dislike it.
Yep. Shit sucks.
Yep. But I didn't see a single minute of this match, so
yeah, it's just not good.
Nor will I.
Kyle. No, not Kyle. I was going to say Kyle O'Reilly. Adam Cole, Danny Garcia for the TNT title. It's just lifeless.
Not a pay-per-view match.
No.
Should have been cut.
Should have been a collision main event. Even if you wanted to put Jericho Bandito on a collision main event, I'd say, okay, fine. Perfectly fine TV matches.
Yeah.
Just not good. Not that it was like they did anything wrong.
No.
It's just the crowd does not care about this. And we had a talk like, I don't know what you do with Danny Garcia at this point. I'm not a Danny Garcia hater. I'm not a Danny Garcia lover. He's just a guy.
Right.
I thought his best stuff was with MJF last summer. But there's just been nothing since.
I'm sick of holding my breath waiting to see what else he can give me.
Yeah.
Again, I like the kid. You know, if I saw him on an indie show, I'd be like, holy shit, like Danny Garcia's here. That's really cool. His match is going to be good. But like, I'm sick of waiting to see what his next level is going to be. If he can get there, what it's going to be. When will he get there? When's he going to show me that extra spark? When's he going to do this thing? I just don't have it.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in it. And like, I love Daddy Magic. I don't care about him and Garcia together.
It just doesn't.
Like, Cole is champion is whatever. I will bitch and moan about this match forever because, like in the arena,
Panama Sunrises, 4
on bad ankles.
Yep.
He gets his ankle worked. They tease. He jumps down off of the ring and he teases that he hurt his bad ankle again. But he doesn't sell it when he hits his Panama Sunrises over and over again. Yeah, he sells it in between sometimes.
Somebody, and I don't want to be old man yelling at a cloud.
Yeah.
But somebody needs to tell these guys, like, hey, why are we using the steel steps when you're doing a move?
Yeah.
Where, like, you have them up in the suplex and then you drop down to your one knee and it's like a neck breaker onto your other knee and the guy doesn't hit the steps. Like, what's the point?
Right. Yeah.
I remember there's years ago, Sheamus said that to somebody where he did like that Irish curse backbreaker on the steps, and it's like, this is the dumbest. There's no extra.
Use the steps
here.
Right.
Just drop them on the steps.
Yeah.
And I wish somebody would go, what's the thinking there?
Right.
Why are we doing this? You know, like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
The crowd doesn't react. It's supposed to be a high spot.
Right.
It's stupid.
And that's one of my things with Cole is like, I'm hit or miss with this guy, but like, he seems to be a guy that's like, if you were to ask him why, you go, well, because it was cool.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but that's not, like, sometimes that's okay, but it also has to make a little bit of sense. And like, a knee drop or a backbreaker on the step, not on the steps, but standing on the steps, isn't that cool?
It doesn't add anything.
You know, and like just the fucking all those Panama Sunrises.
Adam Cole wins.
Yep.
So who knows where they go with the TNT title at this point? Here's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't think you could hot shot Bowens here.
No.
I just don't think you can. I think he's a perfect prospect to win that title.
Yeah.
If not, maybe at the stadium show.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think that'd be like a good.
Yeah.
Because Cole, like, he's a babyface, but he does the tweener shit.
Well, and like, not to jump ahead of Dynamite, but they changed their name. They're not the Undisputed Kingdom anymore.
What are they?
They're the Paragon now.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Right.
So I didn't even notice that.
They're not Undisputed Kingdom. I saw people being like, well, what about Bennett and Taven? And I'm like, no, nobody has ever said that ever.
What about them?
Let them go wrestle Randy Orton at WrestleMania. But yeah, they're the Paragon now.
Oh, okay.
So, like, who knows what's going to come with that? I think they do work a little bit better as heel, except for Kyle O'Reilly, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Kyle can always team back up with his buddy who's working security.
Sure.
But yeah, like, I think the TNT title is better served on the younger talent or the breakout talent that you're trying to get over.
Yeah.
Cole doesn't need that. Cole's a guy who should have that belt to put somebody over.
Yeah.
You know, or to challenge for the belt and put somebody over.
He should have it for, like,
A little bit, not long.
2 to 3 months.
That's a little bit.
Again, I think the stadium show would be a nice moment if you do Bowens.
But someone like who's never held a title there before, someone like a Bowens.
Yeah.
Someone like honestly, even he's leaving for a month, but like Kevin Knight, like somebody that like Kevin Knight's a little too new, but like somebody on the come up, somebody that you're trying to get a spark to, somebody you can add that, like that's kind of what they did with Darby. Darby gave that belt legitimacy, and also that belt gave him legitimacy. Yeah. So like find somebody there, like obviously like Fletcher's already too far past that.
Yeah, he's past that.
Even though they're treating him like a big deal and he's already established and he's not my guy, Speedball.
Yeah. Yeah.
That title might be Speedball's fucking ceiling.
Could be.
But I guess that's the other part of it too, is that the TNT title also needs to be on someone who is not only on the come up, who needs that extra push, but also someone the fans are engaged in seeing every week.
Which would be like a Bowens,
Speedball. Like that's where you get those guys in there. Yeah.
Speaking of Speedball, next match, which woke the crowd up.
Sure did.
For the international title, Kenny Omega versus Ricochet versus Speedball.
Yes.
I thought this was the best match of the night. I enjoyed the fuck out of this.
Yeah.
I'm not like...
I think the closest competition to this for match of the night was the opener. Yeah, it was Ospreay, Kevin Knight.
I think this was the best, though. Seeing Kenny Omega wrestle is special. I love Kenny Omega so much.
Yeah.
Ricochet is fucking awesome.
I don't know. I heard he was speed champion and on the fast track to a mid-card title.
Sick, dude. After being in the system for 8 years. And Speedball, like...
He's fine here.
He's fine. Yeah. When he does that like crane kick that almost murdered Ricochet, like when he did it, I went, "Oh, this sucks." But then he landed the kick and went, "Never mind, that was really cool."
Yeah. I had a problem with the crane kick, and then I remembered while we were watching it that Mr. Miyagi said, "If done right, no can defense."
Yeah,
so
it's true. Yeah. Ricochet sold it like he died.
Yeah.
I love the finish with Omega with the one-winged angel off the second rope to Ricochet, and Speedball falls back and he's trapped in the tree of woe. That was a cool finish.
Yeah.
I think that this was probably the best match of the night for me.
Yeah.
I thought it was fucking
Which I was awesome. I was not expecting going in.
Me neither.
But but then like in hindsight, it's like, yeah, of course it is.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Because
really, if you look at it on paper, what would be the best match?
Yeah.
This, for sure.
I think even if you would take Speedball out of it and it was just Kenny Ricochet, this would probably still be the best match of the night.
Yeah, and then, of course, Okada comes out afterwards. We get the rushed-ass fucking... They'll hold up. That was definitely rushed.
Yeah.
Because at this point, it's already like midnight.
I mean, the fucking show runs till 12:30, which is why they should have cut either the TNT match or the Jericho match.
Jericho match should not have been on it.
Should have been on the pre-show, if anything.
Match should have been cut 5 to 7 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yes, the main event for the world title, Jon Moxley versus Swerve.
Yep.
I'm very like
it's hard. It's so hard because I'm not gonna speak for you. And I've said in the past, I'm not as hard as some other people, but like I genuinely do think, and I'm with Tim here, even though I was kind of saying it before this, but Tim went all in. But Takeshita, I think, in-ring wise, might be the best, or at least my favorite in-ring wrestler in all of wrestling right now. Mm-hmm. Swerve is my favorite AEW wrestler.
Swerve's got it.
Swerve is the best professional wrestler in AEW.
That crowd...
Him and Tony Storm. Those are the two tops for me.
That crowd was so fucking red hot for him.
Right.
Before the show started.
Yeah. Like, the thing that keeps Takeshita away from that is that he doesn't have the character work because he's not in that spot. He's a heel. He's managed by Callis. All that. He's also serving 3 different masters right now.
Sure.
But Swerve is the head of this company. He should be on everything. He's your promotional guy. He is your guy. He is that guy. He is this company's guy. Like, he should be everything.
Yep.
Like, that dude is unbelievable to me.
He's got it all.
Everything. He is exactly what you want out of a pro wrestler to be the face of your company.
Yeah.
I truly, genuinely believe that. I know that WWE kicks themselves because they don't have this version of Swerve.
Yep.
He is relatively young. He is cultivating mass.
It's great.
He looks great. He's got a good manager. He can do everything.
Yeah.
Promos are great. Crowd interactions are great.
Yep. You want a technical wrestle? He can do it. You want a brawl? He can do it. Everything.
He has pretty much universally known as the best match in AEW history. He is the guy.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to watch the end of this match.
Yes. So the match itself, and Joe made a great point while watching this.
Yeah.
We are conditioned with Jon Moxley matches to know that none of this shit matters until the Death Riders get involved.
Correct.
So it does take you out of the match a little bit.
A little bit.
In the arena, a child probably 9 to 10 years old was sitting like 2 seats down from me. And he was the biggest Jon Moxley fan in the world.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, man, I want to see Mox win for this kid. You know, like, this kid was so like, come on, John. We love you, John. Let's go, Mox.
Let's go,
like,
God. Why, God?
Like,
come on, God.
He was
come on,
so
John.
fucking fired up for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was like, oh, this kid's like, this is awesome. You know? This is like, this is why, you know, felt like I was like almost watching with my nephews for a minute, you know? Where I'm like, please Swerve, please fucking win. Please win this damn match.
Yeah.
You know, the ops run out. They take out the Death Riders. And then the fucking lights go out. And I'm going, uh-oh. Don't know who this is.
And I think I liked the match. I thought everything was going really well.
Matches, it's tough because it's circumstantial because it's late at night and it's long.
Right. And I said on the way down, I think on the show last week, like, I'm going to be really bummed if Swerve doesn't win this title here. And I understand that, you know, you don't always do what you don't always make these decisions at this moment, all this kind of stuff. And like, but I was like, I'm genuinely going to be affected because I think that so much of Swerve, and I'm not a big fan of the Death Rider stuff. I think it's run its course, and I think that it has been soft and meandering. And the lights went out.
Lights went out. They come back on.
But when the lights went out, I was like, who can this be? I was excited.
Yeah.
Who's this going to be? Because you're like, well, are they going to help Swerve? Is it going to be a debut?
Yeah, because Hangman runs out and it looks like he's about to hit Moxley.
Yeah.
But then,
you know, like, it's like, so, you know, but whose side are they on? But like, I was like, all right, who's this going to be? This is going to be crazy. Like, this is cool. It's going to be a big debut. We're going to take this to a different level. And the lights come on. And it's the Young Bucks. Yeah. And I was done.
Yeah, you got in your feelings a little bit.
I'm done. I still am.
You said, I'm done watching AEW.
I said, I did. And I contemplated all week. I was like, I don't know that I'm going to watch. Yeah. And when they announced the show and there was no Bucks announced segment, I was like, okay, I'm going to give it this show and let them explain themselves because I genuinely do not like the Bucks.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't like their in-ring work. I don't like them as people. I don't like their attitudes. Like, they don't do anything for me on any level. They don't make programs better. They've had good matches. They've had great matches.
Sure.
I'm not going to take that away from them, but they're, for me, few and far between. I have the same problems I have with them as I have with Adam Cole, as I have with anybody else. Like, you're just doing shit because you think it's cool, not because it makes any fucking sense. And that's the end of this thing also, because why the fuck were they there?
Yeah, and they cost Swerve the match. And Moxley wins. And it wasn't even like a, holy fuck, it's the Young Bucks. It was like it's the Young Bucks in the arena. The energy wasn't like
they had a decent reaction, but not a, oh my God, they're back.
But it wasn't like, I hate these guys and they're bad guys and I want to see their comeuppance. It was just very much like, oh, yeah, they're back. Mm-hmm. Great. Yeah. And then Swerve loses, and the air just gets sucked out of the building again. Yes. And it's just, I don't know what, I just don't, I don't fucking understand. Well, you know, I know there's like these reports with like, they're happy with the numbers they do on DVR with the Death Riders. And then I saw like there was an interview with Copeland or or Edge where he's like, oh, if you were mad about the ending of our match, you should have been. You got worked. Like, about Mox and him. Like, no, that match was designed for you not to like it. What? what are you talking about? Right? Like, what? I thought we're done with this shit. Yeah. I thought we're over this shit. I thought the whole Vince McMahon, I don't give a damn what they want. It's what I want.
Right.
And it gives off this energy of
I understand. You hear people say all the time, like, you're supposed to tell the fans what they want, not let them tell you what you're supposed to do. And I understand that, but that's not universal. And when you're like bullshit 3D chessing the fans into hating something to what you think is going to advance the story, backfires, I don't know, 105% of the time. Like,
it makes no fucking sense to me.
The biggest thing for me is in this, the most telling part of all of this is that Swerve's laid out, the show goes off the air, and he gets a microphone because he's going to give like the speech to that, the thanks for coming, whatever.
Sure.
And he has to say into a microphone, please stop leaving.
Yeah, literally, he did.
Like, Swerve is in the ring, Nana's still out.
And he goes, I know the ending of this show isn't what you guys wanted.
And he's like, please stop leaving and just listen to me for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know that I'll ever be in this title picture again, blah, 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 blah. And then obviously the ends with fuck Booker T. But like, so then Swerve gets over on both fucking shows because he was over as hell on NXT this week. But like, yeah, you said it right. Like, the wind was just sucked out of the room. And there's Young Bucks fans, the people that like him, love him, and whatever.
Of course, yeah.
And
we sometimes are in the minority.
We're in the minority there, sure. But like, this is even worse than just Swerve losing to me. And also because like, I just question the shit out of it. Like, why? What allegiance do they have to the Death Riders? Why, like, none of it made, like, they were just, it seemed like the Bucks were just interjecting themselves into the program because they wanted to come back, and when they want to come back, they come back in whatever spot they want. Because we know that this is one of my fundamental problems with this company that sits in the back of my mind that I ignore a lot of the times. But, like, this company is named after them. This is their company. So until they retire, like, this is always going to happen. This is, for me, a compromise I have to make with myself and God about being an AEW fan.
Yeah.
Because they're always going to be there. It's called All Elite Wrestling because they're the elite. Like, it is named after them and their friends.
Yeah, and it makes me like, it makes me feel like, am I disconnected as a wrestling fan? Or is AEW disconnected from reality? Because when you have quotes like this from Cope, here's the thing, Twitter is heat because when the Death Riders show up, I hear the chants, I hear the anger. That's the goal, guys. You're being worked. Great. Like, so I don't look at it that way.
I asked this question in the car, and I didn't think I articulated it particularly well, and I still don't know that I can. But, like, have we gone so far in wrestling that, like, heels and faces don't necessarily matter, just like Cody Rhodes said, but, like, you look at the stuff, because WWE does it too, but, like, are we no longer necessarily capable of doing pro wrestling heel heat because the fans are so involved and have access to these guys nonstop and can go online and do a podcast or do a YouTube video or whatever, and then, or get enough people together to think, like, Hurt Syndicate was supposed to be bad guys and we cheered them out of that. Like, you were able to turn people, all that sort of stuff. So, like, that sort of hinders how classic, traditional, if you will, pro wrestling heel heat happens. So you got to find it from different avenues. And the next easy avenue is go away heat.
Yeah.
And that, to me, rings really hollow. I don't think it's good enough. I don't think it's good enough to anchor programs on. Maybe the mid-card. But, like, your main event picture for the last 4 months, whatever it is, has been based around go away heat. I just don't think it's enough. It's a personal thing. I don't like it. It's not my preferred way. It seems a little lazy. But maybe it's just the times of wrestling that I'm not going to catch up with, and that's fine.
I think part of it too is the Death Riders, like, it started with so much promise and so much intrigue, and nothing ever paid off.
Well, right. And, and like you said, and I saw it, I was going to bring it up too, where they said, internally they're very happy with the ratings and the ticket sales and all that. And it was what I was kind of worried about too. Like, they're not going to move off Moxley because if you're on top and tickets are selling, why change it? Yeah. But, like, I think the other thing, and maybe it's wrestling fans being too much in the know, too much wound up in the bullshit or whatever, but it certainly seems like they're going to wait until somebody they prefer comes back to end this, as opposed to ending it when it feels natural to. And because it's certain, a lot of people seem to think that we're waiting for Darby to come back.
I think that seems to be the end goal.
A lot of people seem to think that maybe they're waiting to see if Bryan Danielson makes a decision on his future. It seems like they're waiting for something that they want, not the organic moment, because if Swerve beats Mox in this match, that arena goes bananas.
They go insane.
And it's talked about, and he's got all this stuff right now. He's got the beef with Booker T. Yeah. He's getting his name chanted at NXT. Like, he's throwing out pictures for the Phillies. Like, he's all over the place. He's doing TV. He's doing news, all that shit. Like, that's your guy. And not that the Death Riders, not that Mox couldn't be your guy. Mox, we've talked about, Mox is the dude. Like, Mox rules.
Yeah.
But I think even before this past weekend, it hit an organic peak.
Yeah.
And you can't wait too long to get away from that on the downslope, because before you know it, you're on the bottom of the fucking mountain and you're just, you got gravel in your teeth and you don't know what happened.
Like there was no way he was going to drop it to Edge last month. No. But this was like the natural. Right. Let's put it back on Swerve. Well, and let's right what some people feel is wrong from last year, even taking the belt off of him.
Right. And we had that discussion too, and I could make that argument that, like, absolutely. Danielson wins that title, and I love him. But Danielson only wins that title because Tony Khan wanted his name in the record books. Tony Khan has said that.
Yeah.
But, like, in case he didn't come back, we wanted his name in our record books. And does Swerve hold the title for a whole year? Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. But, like, from a pure, like, over-selling tickets wrestling standpoint, Swerve doesn't lose that title. Nope. But the other thing I think that really affected people with this is that the lead-up with Swerve and the Death Riders has been some of the more effective Death Riders shit.
It has been.
Right? Because the Edge stuff was flat as hell.
Yeah.
But then you get an actual good, high-quality babyface who's super over with the crowd, who's super authentic, going up against these heels. And it makes everything seem, maybe everything wasn't better, it just made everything seem better because people gave a shit about Swerve more. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because Edge was definitely doing, like, WWE bullshit. Like, the biggest thing that Edge did in the whole thing was the spikes in the Mox's back.
Yeah.
But the build, which was much shorter, the Edge build went on forever with this. But, like, the much shorter Swerve and Mox build felt like the best the Death Riders are capable of doing right now. And then the biggest moment at the end when Swerve wins. And they just didn't do it.
Yep, I agree.
And, man, the young... and personal preference plays a lot into it because I absolutely do not like the Young Bucks in any way. But there's plenty of wrestlers I don't like that are in top spots in companies that I'm like, oh, okay, this makes sense here. This is fine. This works.
Yeah.
And they were just thrown there. It just feels inauthentic. I hate it.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Speaking of things I hate.
Yes.
Dynamite.
Ooh, you hated all of Dynamite?
Not all of it. Right. But you're going to have Jon Moxley beat Katsuyori Shibata in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it didn't bother me.
That doesn't bother you.
No. So, okay. So obviously I want the Shibata to wrestle more, right?
5 minutes.
But Shibata, from a wrestling standpoint, Shibata's not positioned on a show to challenge for a world title.
5 minutes?
Is what it is.
5 minutes.
I guess maybe if the end of the show didn't happen the way it is, I'd feel a little better about it. But so Shibata, you're viewing Shibata like New Japan Shibata, and this Shibata, and while I love him, is a guy who does goofy backstage bits with a cell phone translator. You know what I mean? Like it's AEW's presentation.
So hold on. So he's in a group with Hook and Joe, so should he beat Joe in 5 minutes? Should Mox beat Joe in 5 minutes?
Joe's positioned way differently on TV than Shibata ever was.
They're the same group. They're equals.
It doesn't matter. They're not equals.
So Joe's a leader of Shibata then.
Yeah.
Even though Joe says we're all equals.
Yeah, but Joe's
not that homeboy.
Joe's an ex-world champion in AEW.
Unbelievable. The disrespect for Katsuyori Shibata is disgusting.
So it's from an AEW standpoint,
wrong.
He is not. He has what title did he hold next? Did he hold the world title? Joe held the world title.
5 minutes he lost. 5 fucking minutes.
I think position wise in that TV show, that's where Shibata is at as an AEW wrestler.
Might as well
it's
AEW's
fault.
TV then.
Right. That's fine too. If
disgusting.
If overall, are you asking me that AEW has misused Shibata in his arc with the company? Yes.
5 minutes.
But this is AEW. Shibata is presented this way.
Unbelievable.
So
maybe you shouldn't watch AEW anymore. I agree.
Okay. Last episode of the podcast, everybody.
No, I mean, I'll still watch other shit, but you got in your feelings on Sunday. It was funny.
Yeah, because they gave me shit endings. I legit wasn't even going to watch Dynamite. It
was funny.
Legit. How many times do I have to let this company disappoint me with people I absolutely fucking hate?
I agree with that.
I hate the Young Bucks.
Well, speaking of the Young Bucks,
yeah,
they come out here and they look like shit.
Yeah.
And they said, that was for you, Hangman. What we did at the pay-per-view.
So stupid.
And then also it was to extend an olive branch to what's their faces, the Death Riders. And then Kenny Omega comes out and Kenny cuts a weird fucking promo. I don't know. I didn't love it. I was like, what's happening here? I don't know. Maybe show more fire and not make like dookie jokes.
Well, that's
just
sort of
weird to me.
That's my issue with Kenny as a whole. Like, because I brought it not as a whole, but like I brought it up I think last week, the week before. Like when he cuts these promos, he's kind of cheesy. Like he just does like these very calm, I'm a nice Canadian boy promo. And like Dookie catches on, and the Bucks have a cup chair in their bedroom.
Yeah.
All right. I guess.
The best part was just like, maybe I should just get in the ring and fight you right now.
Yeah.
Yes, you should.
Right.
They fucked you up last time they saw you. Like, you should fight them.
Yeah.
So he's getting ready to fight them.
Well, it's so weird that the Bucks were like, we said we were going to do this to Swerve or whatever the fuck they said their reason. And it's like, I don't understand any of this.
I don't know. And then Okada comes out, and Omega looks like he's about to get beat up, but then Swerve runs out.
Yeah.
And he's got a chair, and the Bucks and Okada bail, so great. Okada back with the Bucks, just what we fucking wanted on television. Swerve says this is buck hunting season, and I'm going to kill both you.
Yeah.
And then Pac jumps him. We get into the match, Swerve versus Pac. Obviously, Pac gets fucked up on the buckle bomb. I don't know if it was his heel
I don't know.
or his ankle.
His leg or something. Yeah.
But good on him for getting back in there and, finishing the match. I thought that was real cool of him.
Yeah.
Because he makes Swerve look great.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next thing I have, Hangman Page storming into Swerve's locker room.
Yeah, a little bit of a rehash from like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Swerve's not there. Nana's there.
Yeah.
And he says, listen, Hanger, like, there's a lot I've been wanting to say to you this past year. I have a lot of regrets, and I love when Hanger just snapped on him and goes, you don't get to do that.
Yeah.
Love it.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah.
And like he said, I want to make it perfectly clear, I was not there to help Swerve.
Yeah.
So that's... I still don't love that it's going to like build to them versus the Bucks. Like,
yeah.
I just don't love it.
I mean, the fundamental problem is when the Bucks come back, the Bucks wrestle who they want when they want.
Yeah, it's stinky. Yeah. Stinky poo-poo. The $400,000 match.
It's so funny.
Mark Briscoe wants to diversify his bonds.
Yep.
This was fun. This is a fun TV match.
It was a really good TV match, although a little bit weighted to one side of these teams.
Yeah, I mean, one has Will Ospreay. And,
right. Well, one has Ospreay, Speedball, Mark Briscoe, and Kevin Knight, who Speedball and Kevin Knight are the two hottest guys coming in the company. Briscoe is bulletproof. Ospreay's who he is,
Ospreay's
and then the other side has
champ.
Then the other side has the Crew.
Yeah, it has Ricochet and the Crew.
Yeah,
and my oh my is going to eat the pin Beast Mortos.
Yeah, of course he is.
But it was fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
I like when they do these matches every now and again. I don't want it every week.
Yeah,
but I like this. It's a lot of fun. People are diving everywhere.
Yeah, big time crowd pleaser.
Yeah,
the crane kick is already reduced to a wrestling meme.
It looked real bad.
Yeah, sure did. So cool.
Bad.
Another kick I don't like to watch Speedball do.
Yeah, I do like Redneck Kung Fu though. He's the master of this.
But the slap on the head that's going around
very
Ricochet
funny.
was very funny.
Yeah,
even though Ricochet was Speed Champion,
that's unbelievable. The Hurt Business is here to celebrate. We're here to have a party.
Did they have Shivani scold FTR into the camera on purpose?
Absolutely, they did.
Very weird.
Well, because they're going to go after Shivani.
Yeah.
Either not going to hurt him, but they're going to do the old grabbing him. I heard you running your mouth,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because listen, you don't lay a fucking hand on Tony Schiavone.
That's right, you don't. It's true.
So Hurt Business is having their little celebration. MJF comes out. MJF's been fun lately.
Yeah, this works. It's weird. You don't really know where it's going.
Like, hey, Bob, that's always funny.
I saw the speculation of where it's going, and it can't go there until, like, a lot of speculation about the Pinnacle, about FTR rejoining with MJF. Because I guess somebody said the word Pinnacle in the promo, or commentary did, or MJF did, or something.
Little Easter eggs,
but
bro.
FTR has got to. Well, but AEW did announce today that Edge is out indefinitely.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Christian, so maybe they do take the time off for a little while. And then FTR goes with Max for this. And then at the end of this is, maybe in a month, then you build up for...
Is that AEW needs...
Edge and Christian
AEW
versus...
has Pinnacle nostalgia now?
Yeah. Edge and Christian versus FTR is going to happen at Y'all In.
It has to, yeah, for sure.
So you take Edge off TV for a month or whatever.
Yeah.
You have FTR do this, and then you go back into it when Edge is back. You also need Christian off TV for a little bit longer to people forget that he's been a bad guy for 3 years. So...
Do you have to have a segment where Nick Wayne beats the shit out of Christian?
Do you have to? No. Will it help? Yes.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I
think that wrestling fans,
and not just Nick Wayne, but Kip Sabian too.
I think that wrestling fans understand that
this is where we're
going. And that, like, if Edge is in, like, I was half expecting at the pay-per-view Christian to come out then, just because, like, Edge was in such a compromised position.
Sure.
And then when they started making fun of him with the neck brace, it's like, okay, now Christian come out and be like, listen, I know we've had our problem, but, like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Nobody hurts my brother but me.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
That deal.
So while I think if Edge comes out and says this thing and he goes, I went to the place, I needed backup, I don't have anybody, nobody helped me fight the Death Riders.
Yeah.
You guys did and you turned on me. I don't have anybody else. So I went to a place I never thought I would have to go again. And then it's Christian. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
But if you want to telegraph that even more and make sure people see it on TV and know, then you have them turn on. And you hope that heats up Nick Wayne in some way, because otherwise...
And that's the way I look at it. Like, try to do something,
Because otherwise...
I know he's going away for a month anyway to Japan. But, like,
Nick Wayne is?
Yeah, he's in the Super Juniors.
Oh, he's in the Super Juniors?
Yeah.
I hope he gets better, because they signed that kid like he was the next big thing. And
too much too soon, unfortunately. Yeah. But it is like hey, let's see if we can try to give a little bit of shine to somebody else. But MJF, he is not going to be in the Hurt Syndicate. He gets turned down.
They tease the MVP says you need all 3 thumbs up, and MVP gives the thumbs up, and Shelton was sort of him and Han the whole time, and he thumbed down it, and that's it.
Yeah, and MJF MVP walks off just doing the shrug. Hey,
that's what it is.
You ain't in, brother.
Yep.
Megan Bain.
Whew. I don't
that's
know.
That's all that needs to be said.
Yeah, I don't know where you get that sort of outfit.
Good job.
I hope you got it in all the colors.
Yep. Chris Statler Thunder Rosa was better than I thought.
Yeah.
But still not good. It was okay.
Well, there's no plunder, so Rosa gets lost.
And that's the problem. The best is Toni Storm on commentary.
Yes.
She's wonderful. You see the clip when they were a commercial, what she said about Chris Statlander?
She said something about she has like a Statlander poster or something.
Yeah, she keeps a Statlander poster under her bed, and they said, why under your bed? And she goes, well, that's where I could put it back when I'm done with it.
Yeah. She also said, like, she took a pile driver and lost 3 inches, and then she saw Tony Schiavone, and they immediately came back.
Yep.
Hilarious.
She said, Tony Schiavone, if you had a tag team, it would just be tits.
Yeah. Weird.
She goes, maybe Statlander would be Thunder Thighs.
Thunder Thighs, yep.
She popped the commentary so hard.
Taz can't do it.
Dude, when she crawls across the commentary table and just goes, Mr. Tasmaniac, here are your keys. I left my chewing tobacco in your car. Fucking hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
She's the best.
Taz actually takes a powder. He's like, I can't do this anymore.
No, he physically can't do it. I love Toni Storm so goddamn much. Oh, she's the best. But Statlander wins the match, I think, to nobody's surprise. So
yeah, of course.
She's moving on.
Yes.
They tease that there's going to be a new Callis family member.
Because of injury.
Everybody's
hurt.
Brian Cage is out. Mark Davis is out. Mm-hmm. So you got to...
Yeah, you ain't moving any lives with just with Fletcher and Lance Archer.
Takeshita
and Archer. That's your group
it's just
right
not going
now.
to happen. So
I just hope I hope they don't derail somebody. My fear is that they try and take Kevin Knight, although they did do the Kevin Knight thing, but they're well, I guess we're just going to put Bowens here. You know what I mean? Just grab somebody and put him in there. Because I don't know who they'd put in.
Yeah, who's left? Even Mark Davis was a stretch, but it made a little sense.
Right.
I don't know who's
left. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who's left unless that's where Josh Alexander, they shift Josh Alexander coming in and he goes there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do like that Callis is talking about something and Taz says, he's a Connie.
Yeah.
Once a Connie, always a Connie.
I love Taz.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho's leaving.
TV time with Chris Jericho.
Yeah, leaving forever, please. Never come back.
Yeah, I don't.
Go to WWE, get your Hall of Fame induction, get your Legends deal, fuck off.
He does I'm not angry, I'm disappointed. He breaks the TV and he blames them, just bullshit heel stuff. So
and then he even has to get the second little segment where he's walking backstage and hits a crate of Coca-Cola.
So stupid.
What are you doing?
Did you see Bryan Danielson reveal who his son's favorite wrestler is?
Brian Keith.
Yeah.
He's got a job for life.
Right, absolutely.
But yeah, I don't care about Chris Jericho.
Not even a little. Get him off my TV.
Forever.
If of
course, they're not putting anybody over on his way out.
No, never. If I gotta have the Young Bucks on my TV, then I would prefer not to also have Chris Jericho on my TV.
What, you don't want the Bucks of Jericho?
No.
Or Y2 Jackson?
No.
Ugh, what a dumb idea. Main event, the Ops versus the Death Riders. I was kind of surprised this was the main event.
Yeah.
I thought this was maybe open the show and then Shibata and Mox would close it.
Yeah.
Or even Swerve Pack would close it, which in hindsight's a good thing it didn't.
That's true.
Match is fine.
Yeah.
Ops get the win.
It's cool that Ops get the win. Shibata gets his revenge.
Yeah.
And turns Moxley purple.
Yeah. Just nobody cares about these fucking trios titles either.
No.
And when the Death Riders leave and Joe's yelling at him and I think he calls them Dick Riders.
Yeah.
Challenging for the trios title. Obviously it's probably going to freebird Mox into that now.
Yeah.
It means nothing to me.
No, they're not.
It sucks, but it means nothing.
I mean, you have to get
them off. It hasn't meant anything in forever.
No, you have to get them off the Death Riders to try, but they've never managed to make them worth anything.
No, there's just nothing. It's just it's crazy looking at the Death Riders, and this is just honest. In ring, I think Pac is the best out of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'd go Pac. I'd go Mox.
Mm-hmm.
I might go Yuta after that.
Okay.
Claudio, I like Claudio very just
I don't want to speak out of school on anybody, but I think Claudio is proving why his ceiling has been upper mid card guy without a title for 15, 20 years.
Last time we did this, he got a little fire under his ass.
He did.
So I hope you're gonna
right.
You need to bully him again.
But he just Claudio's there.
Yeah,
he's a hell of a hand.
He's there.
Good work every time he's in there. But he's a dude. When's that next level coming? Because if it doesn't come, the bar is the best you've ever done.
Yeah. Wow. Holy fuck. That might be true. That might be true.
It may not be his best matches, but it's the most significant run he's going to have.
Yeah, is the bar.
Wow.
Holy shit.
So,
yeah.
Isn't a bad thing. I mean, plenty of people haven't even got that. But
it's I'd rather watch Yuta at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. The crowd fucking hated Yuta in Philly, which is hilarious. Yeah. Big fuck you Yuta chance. Yeah. So,
Hook takes the neutralizer on the open chair.
Yes, and I thought Taz was gonna.
Me too.
Get a little hot.
Keep waiting. Keep waiting for Taz.
But that's the end of the United States.
Yeah, that's it.
So
I thought that Dynamite was a pretty good follow up to the pay per view. I just have to live in a world that I'm going to be seeing the Young Bucks again. I think the show's
You don't have to.
Well, I don't have to, but
when they're on.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit, you know?
Yeah, it stinks because they're going to be tied up with Swerve.
In like a main event program.
With Swerve and Hanger. Like,
yeah, you used to be able to kind of ignore them.
You know, if,
I get what you're saying.
it was Bucks Death Riders, I'd peace out. But the fact that it's going to be like two of the best dudes against these guys that I hate, it's like I can't just shut it off and pretend it's not happening. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, I know. I get what you're saying.
I hate them so fucking much, man.
Yeah.
I just don't get
They're
it.
awful.
I can't, I genuinely can't think of when they made the shows better for AEW.
They haven't.
Like, is there any point in AEW history where I couldn't take the Bucks out and the show at least be the same?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, most of the time I can take the Bucks out and the shows would be better.
Yep.
But, like, they've never, like, the feud with Mox and Eddie was great, but it could be with anybody else. Like, it was great because it was Mox and Eddie, not because of them. Like, they've never been the thing that has made any of the good stuff they've been involved in good.
Yep.
So,
I agree with that.
It's just tough.
Yeah, they're bad.
Yeah.
They're real bad. All right, well, let's go to Japan where things hopefully aren't as bad.
Hey, we made it.
We are officially here in Japan.
Here we are. Here we are now.
I'll touch on one thing you didn't watch.
Yes.
Because you hate DDT all of a sudden.
Do?
DDT Change Age 2025. April is my lie.
Yeah.
For the KOD tag titles, the Astronauts against Kaigo Nakamura and Shinya Aoki.
Mm-hmm.
This was awesome as fuck. This was stiff as fuck. This is not like your... I don't know. There is like a little bit of comedy in it.
Yeah.
But Shinya Aoki looked like a monster. Like, anytime Fuminori...
Is that the MMA guy?
Yes.
That was GHC champ a little while ago? No, DHC champ?
Yeah, he was KOD champ.
He beat Ueno?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is still fucking weird.
Yeah. I don't like that guy.
Well, he looked great here.
Okay, that's good.
Fuminori Abe was like going to like run the ropes. He just drops down and hits with like such a sick heel hook. Oh, it looked awesome. Nomura was laying his shit in. Astronauts win. I like the Astronauts quite a bit.
Was this better than last week's Astronauts match we watched? Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I think it was better.
Because the reason why I didn't watch it, one, was because I lost like a good 2 days because I was so tired. But I was like, man, like I thought that Astronauts match last week was good, but not like, oh my God. So I was like, yeah, I'll skip this one.
Yeah, this was very good.
Good.
I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah.
So before we go to the other promotion, though, we have a question because there's nowhere else to fit it in. So it's time to hear from young Ed.
이제 이번 주에 에드 코드 질문입니다.
All right, Ed, what you got?
All right, so Ed says, hey there, my pals and friends and co-hosts. I have a two-part question for your show this week. Number one, April 15th will be 1 year of Dreamstar fighting Marigold. What an amazing first year it's been. So I want to know who your Marigold power rankings for the first year are. Mine, well, since you're asking. Number 5, Utami Hayashishita. Number 4, Chika Goto. Number 3, Rhea Seto. Number 2, Mirai. Number 1, GHC Women's Champion, the Amethyst Butterfly, Kuki Emurai.
Oh, what a shock.
Damn, Ed. Name 5 wrestlers in Marigold.
I think he just did.
No, I'm talking to myself.
I mean, he named the only 5 wrestlers in Marigold. I have mine loosely.
You go with yours first.
I think that the number one person in Marigold is the current champion, Utami Hayashishita. Mm-hmm. I think number 2, and probably the big breakout star of Marigold, maybe the reason why Marigold is still a company at all, is Bozilla. Mm-hmm. I think number 3 is Mirai. I think number 4 is Nene, because she brings legitimacy. And number 5, just to make Ed happy, I'm going to go with Kuki Emurai. Unless you're going to tell me that the Hashimoto lady is in this company, but she's not.
No, she's not.
Yeah, so
the Hashimoto lady.
She's in Sendai, right?
Yeah, she bounces around.
Yeah, she bounces around. But yeah.
Let's see.
Sari has wrestled for Marigold.
If Sari was still,
that's number one. If Sari wrestled, it was there, but
if Sari was full time, I'd say Sari.
Yeah,
and it wouldn't even be close.
Yeah.
Number 5. I'll go Nene Takahashi. I think yours and mine are going to be the same.
Yeah.
I'll go Nene Takahashi.
There's only 7 people on the roster, so.
Yeah. Number 4. Number 4, I'll go Mirai.
Okay.
Number 3, go Bozilla.
Okay.
No. Number 3, I'll go Koki.
Okay.
Yeah. Why not? I like Koki. We all like, even though she's afraid of Great Sakuya.
That's right.
That's all right. And she'll be back by May from a torn ACL.
Uh-huh.
In what fucking world? Number 2, Bozilla. Number 1 has to be Hayashi Shida because there's no one else.
Right. And that's just because who's there. Because,
honorable mention, Tank.
Well, but like Julia technically was involved in the first year, but
first couple months.
Yeah. So
how about she's back already?
Yeah. What a weird.
They had her come back on NXT.
Yeah.
Help Steph Curry, then turn on Steph Curry.
What a weird thing.
What happened here?
I don't know.
What's going on?
Shawn Michaels doing blow again.
And then number 2. How many bumps should I do before my Colossal Con East
Ed,
panel?
you don't want to hurt your back. So, just don't. I would say 0 bumps because you don't want to have back problems, get the wind knocked out of you if you don't tuck your chin.
Be like your hero, the boar. 0 bumps.
0 bumps.
Ed. No bumps needed.
You're not a fall down man, Ed. And I don't know what other bump you could possibly be talking about. So
yeah, no bumps, please, Ed.
Yeah.
Listen, after your panel, bump around all you want,
there
okay?
You go. Yeah.
As long as you're ready for Hangover Breakfast 2025, then that's all that matters. So
correct.
You sweet, sweet soul, Ed.
Yes.
Thank you, Ed. You are the best. And a couple weeks, it'll be ready for a new Sleaze Ranger.
Thanks, Ed. Apparently, we're going to be watching a lot for it's only an hour show, Ed.
Keep that in mind.
Keep it in line.
A hard out. When we hit an hour,
I'm hitting that button.
Hit stop record.
I'm hitting that button in an hour.
Is Skype going to be gone by then?
No. Skype is gone May 3rd or 4th.
Okay.
I got the email today about it.
Me too.
So we might use Skype one more time, and if not, then we'll switch over. Just to keep it.
Put it in the ground.
Yeah.
We'll be the last people.
We will
Skype.
be, yeah.
We have to record up until 11:59.
Yeah.
Put that bitch in the ground.
So.
All right, let's get to some New Japan.
Okay.
There's 2 shows, but it's kind of the same show overall.
Yeah.
From the Road to Sakura Genesis, they called it Junior Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
I watched 2 matches.
I watched 1.
All right. I watched for the junior tag titles, the Ichiban Sweet Boys.
Oh.
Versus Taiji Ishimori and Robbie X.
Who's Robbie X?
Great question. I didn't really know who Robbie X was coming into this.
Yeah.
He's a British dude.
Okay.
He's bald. He has a beard. He's in the Bullet Club.
He looks vaguely like a smaller Gabe Kidd.
No.
Isn't there a dude that looks a little bit like a Gabe Kidd?
Maybe. I don't think they look alike. Unless you're just saying like all bald white guys with beards look the same, which you're honestly not that wrong.
Oh, this guy. Okay.
Yeah.
No, this isn't the guy. There's a different dude that I think looks like Gabe Kidd.
Okay. Well, I thought that this was a really awesome match.
This guy looks like he looks like if Cole Radrick was legit.
Cole Radrick.
Does he not? And that when he had hair?
Okay, yes. I was going to say, because I'm like, wait a minute, he doesn't have hair.
Like, look at him here, doesn't he? He looks like if Cole Radrick was...
Oh, what happened to his face?
I don't know.
Oh.
But yes, I see him here. But like, this looks like that's a Chikara-ass guy right there, real hard.
He looks like a shrunken down Michael Elgin.
He does there, yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, hold on, let me check his pockets for stolen goods. Yeah, all right, I've seen this dude. Yeah.
He's good. I was like really the first time kind of watching him.
Okay.
I was impressed by him. I thought he was most impressive in the whole match, to be honest.
And this Gary looks like Danny Burch.
Oh my God.
This man's a chameleon. I can't see him.
I love WCW.
He should have kept this look.
Should he?
Yeah.
What's on
his pick his nose and wipe it on people.
His face is a mess, brother. get some fucking treatment there.
It looks like he did.
He might have.
Look at him here.
All right. I almost said something wrong.
Okay.
Yep. Anyway, this was a very good match.
Okay.
Ichiban Sweet Boys win.
Oh, that's good.
I will probably watch their matches just because I love them so much as a tag team.
Yeah, I love Fujita. I like Robbie Eagles.
Yeah, I think that they work awesome. They work well together.
Yeah.
And they do win, which that makes me happy. So.
That's good.
The other match that I watched from this show, and you watched this as well, for the junior title, a hardcore match, described as a hardcore match. Mm-hmm. El Desperado defending the title against Clark Connors. This is the longest junior heavyweight title match in history. 37 minutes and 53 seconds. I saw the runtime on this and I was absolutely terrified.
I almost didn't watch it because of that.
Kevin Ford, shout out Kevin Ford, texted me and said, hey, you should watch this match. And I said, I'm terrified by the runtime. And he goes, yeah, I get that. Mm-hmm. He goes, you should totally watch it, though.
Okay.
Am I happy I did.
Yeah, then Kevin Ford, thank you, because I wouldn't have watched this either until Brett was like, no, it was a war. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, did I overhype it or underhype it? What do you think? Was I spot on with it?
I mean, I love this, so I thought, if anything, maybe you undersold it cautiously.
Yeah, because
I liked it a ton.
That runtime's a lot.
It didn't feel like it. You were right, because that's what I asked you. It didn't feel like it at all.
Dude, they killed each other.
They really did.
It wasn't even like killing each other with weapons. It was like just physicality.
There's some weapons, though.
There are, but
Connor's swinging Singapore canes like they're going out of style.
This isn't like a Despy match that we've seen in the last couple weeks.
No, Barb Sasaki was far away from this one.
But it just felt like just a physical battle. Yeah. Like both of them by the end of the match looked goddamn wrecked.
Yeah.
Like they had like scrapes and bruises all over their face, and Connor's eye was getting swollen.
He ties Despy to the corner post on the outside so that he can't move. Beats him with stuff, to which Despy turns around and yells, fuck you.
Yeah.
And then Connors grabs his bottle of whiskey and pours whiskey into the open wounds that are all over Despy.
When Connors took the bottle of whiskey, wrapped it in a towel, and smashed it off the ring post, I was like, this is a little scary.
Connors gets the glass to the forehead, and then Despy does the scrape across the top rope.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, that's a cool thing. Like, nobody does the scrape across the top rope anymore. Yeah. The spine buster off the top through the table.
That is one of the gnarliest spots
Absolutely
I've seen in a while.
Looked so good. Was done so safe. Perfectly. It was really fucking amazing.
Yeah.
The spear through the barbed wire chair was perfect.
Dude, that tore Connor's shoulder up.
Insane. Crazy bumps all over this thing. I watched this match, and at the end I decided I'm inventing time travel.
Okay.
I'm going to get Despy. He's going to come with me.
Where are you going? FMW?
I'm putting him in FMW and ECW.
Could read your mind, brother.
I'm like, because like New Japan kind of understands like now, like this is a junior title match. And they're just like, we can't control him. He's crazy. We're just going to let the plunder happen.
Yeah.
Right? And that's like ECW.
This is what he wants.
ECW the ECW would have like a tables match and be like, why? There's tables in every match anyway. Yeah. And it's like, well, that's just what we're doing. And that's Despy's like, that's what I'm doing. We're going to use plunder.
And you're not stopping
me. And it's just, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
I'm too big of a fucking star.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I love the shit out of this. Didn't think I was going to.
Yeah, like it's not the fastest paced match.
No.
It's not the craziest match you're ever going to see.
No, but it's intense.
But it felt like scary at times.
It was a hard match.
Yeah, just like exhausting in a good way.
They do a lot of shit.
Yeah, like again, it just feels like they really beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it so much.
By far my favorite Clark Connors match I've ever seen.
I think definitely his best match he's ever had.
Despy just racks up cool matches. So I can't name that because he's the fucking best.
Yeah,
but
I love Despy so much. So,
and was he in the split red and white in this?
Yes.
The mask? Yeah.
Dude,
Clark Connors split his pants.
He sure did.
Which is like, and I know that Despy kind of sort of wears like pants too, but I was like, stop wearing jeans or camo shorts to wrestle in.
Yeah,
get gear, you fucking slobs.
Is Thekla in the Bullet Club?
Thekla has been around with
she comes out with them.
Connors comes out with her sometimes.
Yeah, they're always hanging out together. You know?
Good for him.
Good for both of them.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Connor's a short guy, though. He's a short king. So, I think she might be taller than him.
That's all right.
I didn't think he was short until I saw him in AEW a couple weeks ago. And I was like, oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, I can swerve.
He's Rey Mysterio height.
He's tiny.
Oh, speaking of that really quick, I meant to bring this up before.
Rey Mysterio.
Yes. I saw somebody saying, I didn't do my research, so I guess call me Joe Rogan, but I saw that they're saying Rey Mysterio versus Grande Americano is the first time a WrestleMania match has been had between two masked competitors.
Yeah, I believe that.
Right, because WWE has never been well with their masked divisions outside of Rey.
The only time it's going to happen is when we put a mask under a white, fucking white dude under the hood.
Cool, right? What a great moment for professional wrestling.
Why does this happen?
So glad that guys like Rey Fenix and Penta just couldn't wait to get there and fulfill their dreams. The only place they ever wanted to be.
Penta's on the show.
Good for him.
And a 4-way.
Good for him.
Then honestly, I feel like Dominic Mysterio is going to win.
Good.
Which my nephew will go nuts.
I hope Dominic wins and pins Penta to win. That's what I hope.
Wow. All right. Sakura Genesis, which was the next night.
Yes.
So they do announce the lineup for the Best of the Super Juniors.
I saw that.
Which I have here.
Ooh. I watched 2 from this, by the way.
Me too. Okay. So A block is going to be El Desperado.
Great. Entering as champ.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. Ryusuke Taguchi.
The guy, the dude.
This is his 21st tournament.
Making Tanahashi run.
This is Best of Super Juniors number 32.
Nice.
Yo.
Okay.
Master Wato.
Okay.
Kushida.
Cool.
Kevin Knight.
Yep.
Ninja Mac.
Kevin Knight. They might have to weigh Kevin Knight when he gets to Japan.
I don't know if he's going to be in no weight limit there, brother. Ninja Mac.
Okay.
Kosai Fujita. Robbie Eagles and Hiromu Takahashi.
That's a good block. There's the fall guys there, so we know what's happening there. But okay.
Yes, and then B block is Bushi. Now, this is the way they have it separated because B block seems very like Bushi, Francesco Akira, Taiji Ishimori, Clark Connors, Sho, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, a yet to be announced representative from CMLL. Dragon Dia from Dragon Gate, Mao from DDT, and Nick Wayne from AEW.
That's Mao's block to take, brother.
On paper, absolutely.
Man, you said Taiji Ishimori's in it though, right? In
that
block?
Yep.
He's in B block?
Yeah.
He's always he at any moment he can just win anything.
Yeah, seriously.
There's a power balance between those blocks pretty heavily. That's off. That's a little weighted on one side.
That's why I'm like, they have it split this way, so yeah. This is let's see, anybody making their debut?
There's 3 guys maybe in B block that I think can conceivably win, and
Mao and Nick Wayne are both making their tournament debuts.
Okay, and A block has like 6 or 7 guys that can win.
Yeah, that's literally how it's set up. So I would imagine that's how it is, unless they're going to come out later and say, "No, this is what the blocks actually."
It's not a tournament we typically watch a lot of, although last year we did.
Yeah,
we'll see the quality matches
because there could potentially be some fucking bang.
Well, and I also
Despy Fujita.
I also get consistent.
You got to watch
again, so
Mr. Taguchi.
And he always puts on a hell of a show throughout these. So everything he does, but
always. So for Sakura Genesis, first match we watched for the Never Openweight title, Konosuke Takeshita versus Rohei Oiwa. Oiwa switching to the shorties, looking good. Let them thighs out, brother.
I have one note for this whole match. I like this match. That's not my note. I like a lot of things about this match. We can talk about other things. I'm sure you're going to talk about other things in this match. There's one thing I want to say. The rest is yours. What's up, Beefy Oiwa?
That's great.
I didn't know.
Yep.
I didn't know you had this particular game.
I've
seen you. I didn't. Maybe it's the switch to the shorties. I don't know. But you looked beefy.
Oh, good.
You looked like you're trying to get that 1994 Kenta Kobashi build. And I'm like,
something to aspire to.
I'm here for it.
Well, great.
So, thank you.
So, this is their first match they've ever had.
I mean, that makes sense.
They've never even had like no tag crossover, even on like a build-up show.
Takeshita hasn't been there, and Oiwa's relatively new, right?
But yeah, first match, I had high hopes. I think they delivered.
Yeah.
That Takeshita really top rope, like I know they called it brainbuster, suplex, whatever.
Yeah.
Awesome, loved it. This was like one I wish there was about like 5 to 7 more minutes. It's rare that I want a match to last longer.
Yeah, when you go through on New Japan World, for those of you who haven't used it, like there's always like back matter, like usually. So it's like when you look at the runtime, you can never quite suss out what it is. And I fast forward through entrances most of the time for economy of time reasons. And then I was like, what? There's only this match goes like 11, like it wasn't long.
Takeshi's badass DDT entrance theme.
Well,
I love that theme.
But yeah, I was like, oh man, this is short. All right, that means they're just going to kill each other fast. Cool.
And they did.
And they did. Right. I liked it. It was a good match.
Takeshita, he hits a big boot on Oiwa on the outside, and it goes over the announce table. It was fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed the shit out of this, man.
And because just like Takeshita, not just like Takeshita because it's one less, but Kevin Knight is contracted by New Japan also. He has Kevin Knight announced he's got the double.
Wow, that's kind of wild.
It's crazy.
You know what? Like, I wonder. I'd like to see the structure of the contract to see if they're getting paid double or if they're just getting split costs.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Because if they're getting paid double, fucking get your money, boo-boo.
Right.
That's going to change the game for a lot of people, I think. But if it's just like hey, we're just splitting costs type of deal.
That's nice.
You know.
Yeah, well, I mean,
helps the companies out, which they don't need fucking
right.
help,
here's the thing, like, there's potential there if they do it really smart. And I didn't think about this till right now, but like I'll just use the two. So let's say your asking price is, I'm just your asking price is $100, which I know is inaccurate, but it's $100. Like AEW, you want me, it's $100. New Japan, you want me, it's $100. And then they're like, well, what if your contract by both and we split the costs? And AEW pays $75, which is $25 less than they'd have to pay. And then New Japan pays $75, which is $25 less than they'd have to pay. But Kevin Knight gets $150.
That'd be good.
It's great.
That'd be good. Good for the boys.
Yeah.
He's working Windy City Riot tomorrow. He's tagging with Kushida.
Oh, nice. Good.
Yeah,
the Jet Setters.
Yeah, so they're still around. So.
Nice.
Main event for the IWGP Heavyweight title.
Yes.
I was nervous going into this.
Dude, I was just going to say, so nervous. So very, very nervous.
Very nervous going into this.
So very, very nervous.
Hiroki Goto versus David Finlay.
I know what I want, and I know what New Japan's not going to give me.
I know what my heart wants. I know what my brain's telling me.
I'm not an unreasonable man. I know that there's things I like and things I don't, and maybe they don't always line up the way they should. But I know what I want here.
Yep.
And I know what I did not want.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. You talked about me being in my feelings over the Young Bucks. We would have had an issue.
This one was justified. No, being in the feelings over the Young Bucks also is justified because they're real bad.
Right.
I almost called into add-ons this week just saying I fucking hate the Young Bucks. Thank God Hiroki Goto wins.
Jesus Christ, I was so happy. And listen, David Finlay, you wrestled a hell of a fucking match.
So this is what I said.
This match was really good.
I think this is probably the best match these two have had together.
These two, yes, for sure.
This is the David Finlay I like. Mm-hmm. He was fucking good in this, dude.
Finlay sold he sold like crazy for Goto.
Like I said, I put notes. Finlay looked good again, and this is the David Finlay that I like.
Yes.
Goto busted out like the fucking top rope sunset flip power bomb.
Yes.
But dude, the fucking triple GTR.
The DVD off the apron through the table. Oh my
God.
Yeah, the GTR pick up into the GTR to win at the end, like just everything. Yeah.
This was fucking awesome, dude. Like
really good.
I am in shock.
Yeah.
That like you built David Finlay up, you have him win the New Japan Cup. Mm-hmm. Everything seems to be pointing, okay, we give Goto his run. Let's move on. They're not.
Nope.
Hiroki Goto, brother. It's unbelievable.
They're moving enough tickets.
Yeah, I mean the fans are
ass every 32
loving them. It is. But yeah, this was like David Finlay showed up.
Yep.
This was good.
Yep.
He looked good.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to fool me, but he looked good.
Not good enough for me to want him to be world title or IWGP champion anytime soon, but he looked good. But Goto looked better, and that's all that matters.
I love
his kids are there.
Of course.
He did the one GTR for his son and the other one for his daughter.
I love how pissed off his son looks all the time. Emotionless.
That's right.
It's a killer.
That's a killer.
He's going to be...
Like
get him in the
contract
dojo.
killer.
Get him in the dojo.
Yeah.
Fuck this shit.
Yeah.
You should be taking bumps right now, kid.
Right.
Not Ed bumps, but, No. That leads us to our other question that we have this week.
If you were worried about this match, go watch it, everybody.
For real. This is from Timsy.
And now the Tim Taylor question of the week.
All right. So Tim says, shifting focus to international.
We're already there, Tim.
How concerned were you all about Philly being the one to take the IWGP title off Goto?
God, very. We just said it.
And how confident are you that Goto will be able to survive Shota Umino at Windy City Riot? I know the G and IWGP World Champion stands for Goto, but in your minds, for how much longer? Love you, boys.
Listen, Tim, love you too, buddy. But like we answered half these questions already, so pay attention. But listen, I am nervous.
I would have rather him lose to David Finlay than I would Shooter at this point.
Okay, correct. In hindsight, because of the match we got,
because the match was fucking good.
But I'm going to say this, and I hope it's in the ether, and I hope New Japan hears me. I don't know who needs it, if it's Chono or the ghost of Antonio Inoki, whatever it happens to be. The IWGP title does not change hands in the United States of America.
It did that one time when Moxley beat Naito.
Okay.
And when Okada beat Jay White at the Garden.
Okay.
So that's two.
The IWGP title.
In 2025.
In 2020. Think of the tariffs, Japan.
God,
and understand that title does not change hands. Now, here's the thing. Here's what I'll say about those other matches. Both had non-Japanese guys involved in the title in one way or the other. Mox beat Naito. But Mox is an American gentleman, so he wins it in his home country.
Okay.
The Switchblade thing, I don't really have a great explanation for.
Just
shut up and let me have it. Shut up and let me have it.
When you said it, I go, let's see him work his way in this one. All right.
Nope, just shut up and let me have it. Everyone's in agreement. That because he was a white guy, you might as well be American.
I say you can't even pretend it's Kenny Omega because he's Canadian.
Nope, right. If you're white, you're American.
I'm afraid of America.
Listen, here's the thing. I'm not going too far out of bounds with that because I bet you if I was to poll half this country and maybe even some people in the current fucking administration that if I said, if you're white, you're American, they would all fucking agree.
They probably would.
And say, yeah, and only, and then we'd have a problem. But that being said, the IWGP title in this instance and most instances going forward in 2025 in the year of our Lord, the IWGP title does not change hands on American soil.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do it, brother.
Particularly an event that is selling half an arena out in Chicago.
Dude, that's
it did well?
No.
Oh, okay, good. It picked back up?
So when we were saying something before, I think I was trying to look up the tickets moved for shit on the Collective. So Windy City Riot right now, their current setup, this is from WrestleTix on Twitter, current setup 4,552, tickets distributed 4,274.
Oh, wow, good for them. That's real good.
Yeah, so this is going to be Tanahashi's last match.
Oh, it's Tana's last American match.
Last American match against Takeshita.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when they ran here last year, they did have 5,283.
Okay,
so it is a dip by about less than 1,000.
Right.
But the price range is $19 to $67.
It's crazy that Tanahashi's going to become never open weight champion on his last American match.
Wow.
I don't want that to happen either.
I don't think that'll happen. He knows.
The never open weight title doesn't change hands on American soil in the year 2025.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Gabe Kidd versus Ishii too in an Iron Man match.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In an Iron Man match?
Yeah. Joe's coming over, if you want to watch it.
All right.
He fucking loves Gabe Kidd.
I mean, I'm not in Gabe Kidd's corner in that match, but I know that I should be because I'm picking the losing horse here.
Light my money on fire.
Like I saw the horse, and I have a strong attachment to the horse, but the horse has like a Steve Austin leg brace on it, and I'm like, yeah, you can still win. I don't know, miracles fucking happen. Ishii in an Iron Man match. That sounds like something that he could do at 45 years old against a guy half his age who punches for real. It's a 30-minute. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yep.
Wow.
I have a feeling they're going to go 30 minutes and it's going to be 0-0 draw at the end and they're going to go 5 extra minutes.
Let's just piss people off.
You know why? Because why not?
Right. Because one of those competitors is a madman. That's why.
Yeah, he's fucking crazy. And he's fucking good at wrestling. Joe.
I love Ishii. And I like Gabe Kidd. I don't know that I want a 30-minute Iron Man match.
I don't want a fucking Iron Man match for anybody.
Yeah,
I don't like Iron Man matches.
Right. They should have died.
They should have died with that one on SmackDown when it was Lesnar versus Angle. Oh, that was probably like the last good one. I
was gonna go Sean. I was gonna go back to the 90s and kill it there.
I mean, honestly, you probably could. Yeah. What an interesting Windy City Riot it's going to be.
All right,
but
is Mina Azumi?
Yeah, Mina versus Azumi.
Is the CEO on that show? She defended her Strapola?
No, I think she's going to be on. There's a show
in LA.
I don't know when it is, but she got announced for some California show.
Okay. Is the winner of Mina Azumi challenging? Maybe.
So here's the card. Okay. Tanahashi versus Takeshita.
Tanahashi skanking down to the ring.
Hashtag
is Mina gonna do her thing.
Yes. Yeah. Hashtag Ace versus Alpha. Then we have El Phantasmo and Rocky Romero versus Naito and Titan.
Stop putting Rocky Romero and stuff.
So this is a number one contender match. Mina and Azumi.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
So number one contender for Sasha.
All right. So are they in cahoots with AEW and give Mina a hot shot when she comes in against Sasha? Or are they going to rightfully probably pick the better match and let Azumi have a great fucking match with Mercedes?
I would love that.
Azumi should win that strap.
Azumi should win the strap. I agree. Strong Openweight Championship Iron Man match. Gabe Kidd versus Tomohiro Ishii.
30 minutes?
Yeah, I believe so.
That should be a typo. They should change that. Has everyone ever done a 15-minute Iron match? Yeah. Iron Man before?
Zack Sabre Jr. versus David Finlay. In a special singles match.
Special? What's special about it?
The Strong Openweight Tag Titles, West Coast Wrecking Crew versus the Jet Setters.
Okay.
TJP versus Tom Lawler.
Tom Lawler's going to see the ass wang.
And then, Goto Shooter for the World Heavyweight title.
Okay. That's okay. That card's all right.
Yeah, I'll probably purchase it.
Yeah, there'll be some cool stuff in there.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be. I'll probably buy it. We'll see.
Shooter's not winning that fucking title, Tim.
No. Nope. But thank you, Tim.
I will eat Joe Sposto's John Cena hat.
Ooh. What were your favorite matches this week?
Japan, while I liked everything we watched by a fucking country mile, is Clark Connor's Despy.
Okay.
I adored that fucking thing.
I'm happy you did, because that runtime was very intimidating.
I really, really loved it.
Yeah.
And if I could vote for that twice, I probably would. I think that's my match overall of the week.
Twice.
But from the pay-per-view, yeah, that three-way. That's the best match on the pay.
Yeah. For me, it's the three-way for the United States. I'm going to go Goto Finlay.
Nice.
I'm going to go because I was very fucking nervous watching it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, man, this is just
nice.
this is going to hurt my heart.
Good.
But it didn't. It didn't. Because David Finlay was actually good in it.
Yeah.
And the reign of Goto continues.
Right. What's it like when a title match ends and you're happy? That's
I don't know. Look at crazy how a company could do that,
weird.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Did you buy anything?
I did. So obviously t-shirts at the show.
Yes, hardcore shirts, not
but
AEW shirts.
I did buy something that's wrestling related, and I tried to hint at you that it was wrestling related, and I don't think you caught it. So Michelle and I bought our Slayer tickets.
Okay.
For their North American tour at Hershey Park Stadium.
Yeah.
It's Knocked Loose, Suicidal, Power Trip, which I've never seen them, but I know it's not gonna be the same, but whatever. Exodus.
Yeah.
And somebody, who was the other band? Was there another band?
Cavalier doing
KSAD. Cavalier doing KSAD.
Which is sick.
So a lot of bands I haven't seen before that I'm excited to see. We bought seats because I'm not going to be able to stand for that whole thing.
Yeah.
Super amped about it. But you may be saying to yourself, why did I bring this up on a pro wrestling podcast? Because I didn't realize till I bought my tickets, Brett, and they sent me the email that show is hosted by Damian Priest.
Oh, yeah. Cool,
Damian Priest, self-proclaimed Slayer mega fan.
Oh, his one move is the South of Heaven.
Yeah. He's hosting the event.
That's funny.
I didn't tell Michelle that it's wrestling related.
Oh, no.
She can't leave the arena.
She's like, who's this guy?
Yeah, she can't leave the stadium once we get there. That place holds 30,000 people.
Yeah, that's why I'm holding off on buying tickets because there's so much other shit coming up that I need to prioritize. I'm gonna go. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know where I'm gonna sit. I might just do Pit.
There's the Pits. Know. I don't even think Pit's available anymore.
I think it goes on sale tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Wouldn't it be in the pre-sale? Put it up now.
But there's standing room GA in the back, and there's $60.
Yeah.
And we paid $100 for our seats.
Yeah.
We're like in the middle of the field, on the end.
I'll be dead honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm not over the moon about it.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
Yeah, that's why you don't have to be.
Slayer, the novelty kind of wore off for me.
Okay.
I love Slayer. Tom Araya is a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But I'm like, hey, I saw you on your last tour.
It is weird.
And now you're doing this a couple years later.
Yeah.
And listen, you're not the first band, you're not the last band. But I'm like, eh.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's almost like a leave the memories alone situation.
I'm not completely on oh yeah, they're back. That's weird. I kind of was like, all right, we're done. You ended on a good note.
Yeah.
Leave. But there's a bunch of bands on there that I haven't seen before.
Yeah, Knocked Loose. I saw them with Slipknot last year.
Yeah.
And listen, I think that band's great.
Yeah.
I also have the memories of seeing them in hardcore settings.
I saw Knocked Loose once, and it was in a fucking closet.
Yeah.
So, but Michelle was very excited, and it's So.
Suicidal's cool.
Yeah.
Power Trip, I just don't give a fuck about.
Yeah. Again, I've never seen them, so it'd be cool to hear those songs, but it's not going to be the same.
Yeah,
Riley.
I'd be most excited probably about fucking Cavalera doing KSAD.
Yeah, right. And you just saw Cavalera too. So
yeah, they didn't do that, but if they're doing that record, I love that record, so I'd probably be most excited about that. And then Exodus, I don't give a fuck. Except for Toxic Waltz, that's it.
Yeah. It's nice to see Gary Holt do double duty. That's funny.
Well, he's smart though. Opening and closing.
Right.
He ain't calling.
Yeah. It's a nice thing. Michelle and I don't do a ton of that. She's always so busy. She can't do a ton of things like that with us anymore. So I'm excited for it. And I'm excited to be able to sit down.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'll probably end up going. I don't know. We'll see. Because there's tons of other shit I do.
There's so much stuff going on.
I was looking again, and I'm like, I'd rather do this, and this. So, I didn't buy shit.
Yeah.
No wrestling shit because there's nothing to buy. So,
no, especially because everybody pulled all their shit because of tariffs and all that other stuff.
Yeah, so
not a political statement.
Yeah, so I don't know. That shit going forward. Who fucking knows?
Did you pre-order any of the Zombie big 6-inchers? No,
absolutely not. No,
Zombie's big 6-inch.
I don't want to give that guy any of my money anymore.
Yeah,
and also I don't want to coming Christmas 2025. Yeah, okay, bud. I'd buy the Abbey, but nah. I'm not gonna have you hold on to my money for fucking a year.
Maybe I'll purchase an Abbey when somebody else offloads the fucking thing like they always do with his figs.
Yeah. So, all right. Well. That's it. Before we get out of here, shout out to the homie David Kincannon. Love your brother. Thinking of you always.
Yep. Going through some hard times.
Yeah, hey, it goes without saying on the show, but you ever need anything, you fucking reach out to us and don't ever hesitate, my man.
You're the linchpin.
Yeah, we love you.
Of all
Thinking
this,
of you a lot.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Just wanted to give you a quick little shout out because you are the fucking man.
Yeah.
Even I know you're cross country, but still you're one of our fucking homies. So.
Absolutely.
That's it.
That's all it. All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. This has been We Need Wrestling. You can find us online at WeNeedWrestling.com. Social media at We Need Wrestling. We got a link tree out there for all the places: Twitter, Blue Sky, YouTube, Facebook. I don't know where else. Apple, Spotify, Spooderfy. I don't know, whatever else is out there. We're a proud member. You can email the show at WeNeedWrestling@gmail.com. Questions, concerns, interactions, reviews, inquiries. Last for my social security number, whatever you need to know. I'll gladly give it out at this point. We're proud member of the soon-to-be-named network, which you'll hear the bumper at the end of the show where it belongs. At STBN Network on social media, soon-to-be-named network.tumblr.com, where you will find a bunch of other shows, like the show that we do with Ed, Sentai Sleaze Ranger, which is on the We Need Wrestling feed. At Odds with Wrestling, Longbox Heroes After Dark, Final Wrestling Place. Go listen to old episodes of Wings on Wings if you want. And pour one out for Puzzle Warriors 3. They're wrapping it up in the next couple of weeks. The puzzles will no longer be warriored.
Nope.
And the warriors will no longer be puzzled.
There you go.
And that's it. And we'll be back next week.
Which is pre-Mania week. Or no. Yeah, because when's Mania? Yeah, Mania's next Saturday and Sunday.
Holy shit, it is.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That was quick.
We'll do the show that barely talks about WWE. We'll
yeah,
do,
I mean, I'm going to run
down
down the whole fucking card because there's a lot I don't care about. So.
But that being said, fuck Booker T. And who would think that RVD would go so hardline for a company?
Man, somebody made a fucking video of RVD today, and it was so cool. And I'm like, what happened to this guy?
Well, apparently he never liked anything else that ever happened in ECW except for his own matches.
What an asshole. I love you, RVD. Shut the fuck up.
You're listening to the soon-to-be-named network, the Lamborghini of podcast networks.
Knock it off, nerds!